Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Yeah.
Don't mean nothing if I need to, girl. Little body never kill nobody, so we go dancing till we drop. Hey, little body never kill nobody. Right here, right now, so we got. A little body never kill nobody, so we go dancing till we drop. Little body never kill nobody. Right here, right now, so we get. If the people get loud, and then make them all loud. Hatsy, gatsy, paparazzi, how do you think this speak? Speak easy, rocking the fight is so breezy. Hope you can keep our voice. Believe me, I'm a risk. It don't mean a thing if I give you my heart that you tell me you part. No, nah, 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 no. It don't mean a thing if I it in your eyes, but it gonna fly. No, nah, 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 no. It don't mean a thing if I give you my heart that you tell me you part. No, nah, 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 no. It don't mean a thing if I it in your eyes, but it gonna fly. No, nah, 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 no. What do you think, Go Rock? Are you ready? A little body never killed Hey, little body never kill nobody. Right here, right now, so we got ooh, yeah, little body never kill nobody. So we go dance until we drop. Little body never kill nobody. Feel good. I know that I would now, yeah. I feel good. I know that I would now. So good, so good. I got you. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. So nice, so nice, I got you. Ow! When I hold you in my arms, I know that I can do no wrong. And when I hold you in my arms, my love I can do no harm and I feel. I knew that I would now. I feel good. I knew that I would now. Yeah. So good, so good. I got you. So good. When I hold you in my arms, I know that I can do no wrong. And when I hold you in my arms, I love I can do no harm and I feel nice, like sugar and spice. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. So nice, so nice, I got you. So nice, I knew that I would now. I feel good, I knew that I would now. Yeah. So good, so good, I got you. So good, so good, I got you. So good, so good.
GFC და Eclipse წარმოგიდგენთ. ზაფხულის სეზონი ბათუმით სრულდება. შავი ზღვის სანაპირო ტრადიციულად დაუვიწყარ ორთაბრძოლებს უმასპინძლებს. Batumi Fight Night-ზე 12 ორთაბრძოლა შედგება. აქედან 2 მსოფლიო ჩემპიონის ტიტულზე. GFC-ს ოქტაგონზე ზედიზედ 4 მოპოვებული გამარჯვების შემდეგ დაუმარცხებელი ბათუმელი მებრძოლი ქოჩა შაინიძე სუპერ მსუბუქი წონის ჩემპიონის ქამრის დასაუფლებლად თურქ ალპერენ კარაბულუს დაუპირისპირდება. ლეგენდარული ქართველი მებრძოლის რაულ თუთარაულის ევროპის წამყვან ორგანიზაცია KSW-ში გადასვლის შემდეგ GFC მსუბუქი წონით კატეგორიის ჩემპიონის ტიტული ვაკანტური გახდა. GFC 20-ის main card-ზე დამაჯერებელი გამარჯვების შემდეგ ბათუმელი რუსლან ბოლქვაძე მსუბუქი წონის ჩემპიონის ტიტულის მოპოვების მთავარი კანდიდატია. 26 აგვისტოს სასტუმრო ეიფორიაში მოწყობილ ოქტაგონზე რუსლან ბოლქვაძე მოლდოվել იონ პეტროვს დაუპირისპირდება. GFC 23-ზე ბათუმელი გულშემატკივარი ქართველ მებრძოლებთან ერთად თურქეთის, სომხეთის, აზერბაიჯანის, ირანის, იორდანიის, პოლონეთის, ბელგიის, ავსტრიისა და მოლდოვის წარმომადგენლებს იხილავს. არ გამოტოვო ქართული შერეული საბრძოლო ხელოვნებების ისტორიაში საუკეთესო შოუ. უგულშემატკივრე ქართველ მებრძოლებს 26 აგვისტოს.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the beautiful Eclipse Hotel and Casino for GFC 23. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Batumi! Ladies and gentlemen, the event company Eclipse sponsors are Metro Holding and Vitamine.ge. The supporters of the tournament are Georgian Mixed Martial Arts National Federation and Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth of Georgia. But without these two people I am going to announce into the cage, none of this would exist. So a big round of applause as they enter the cage. A big thank you to Lasha Baramidze, the founder of Batumi Fight Academy, and Gigoli Kamaldinov, president of the Georgian Mixed Martial Arts National Federation and founder of GFC. Gigoli and Lasha, ladies and gentlemen.
საღამოშვიდობისა, მოგესალმებით სულ. მე მინდა ყველა თითოეულ თქვენთანგანს პირველ რიგში გადაგიხადოთ მადლობა მოგზაურობისთვის, დაფასებისთვის. ძალიან მნიშვნელოვანი საღამოა. ყველა დარწმუნებული ვარ, რომ ძალიან მაგრად ისიამოვნებდა სანახაობრივი ბრძოლები იქნება. რა თქმა უნდა, მე მინდა პირველ რიგში ჩვენ ქართველ სპორტსმენებს უსურვო წარმატებები, ჯანმრთელად დამთავრება ამ ბრძოლების. რა თქმა უნდა, განსაკუთრებით სადეტალო ბრძოლაზე, ვინც ქამარზე ვინც ბრძოლობენ, ყველა იმ ორ ადამიანს მინდა წარმატება უსურვო და გამარჯვება. და ბოლოსთვის შემოვინახავ ჩემ ძმას ლაშას, მინდა ძალიან დიდი მადლობა გადაუხადო ბარამიძეს იმისთვის, რომ ესეთი კარგი ლამაზი საღამო შემოგთავაზა. დიდი მადლობა ლაშა, ამ ყველაფრისთვის, რა ვიცი, ერთად ვარ, ძალიან ბევრ რამეს ვაკეთებთ ამ სპორტის განვითარებისთვის და კიდევ უფრო ბევრ რამეს გავაკეთებ, დარწმუნებული ვარ, ეს დაწყებაა.
მადლობა ბატონო გიორგი. მოგესალმებით ყველას, ძვირფას უსტუმრებო, მეგობრებო, ოჯახის წევრებო. მადლობას გიხდით მობრძანებისათვის და მინდა გითხრათ ესეთი რამ. დღეს ჩვენთან თან გეტყვით და თან მოგივით, დღეს ჩვენთან არის ლეგენდარული მოკრივე, სპეციალურად ამ საღამოსთვის, რომელიც ჩვენ მოვაწყეთ, ჩამოვიდა კონსტანტინე ძუ. მე ამისთვის, ამ საღამოსთვის მადლობას ვუხდი კომპანია Eclipse, რომელიც არის გენერალური სპონსორი. რა თქმა უნდა, ჩემ მეგობარს ესეთი კარგი გუნდი რო ყავს, ესეთი კარგი ფედერაცია რო არის და ესეთი მაღალი დონის და მაღალი კვალიფიცირებული სტაფი რო გააჩნია და ესეთი ლამაზი საღამო რო შემოგთავაზა. ერთი-ორი სიტყვით მინდა ბატონ კონსტანტინეს გადავცე მიკროფონი.
Добрый вечер, Батуми. Много-много лет назад, проживая в Австралии, я обещал самому себе, находясь дома, говорить по-русски. Я могу говорить по-английски, но я здесь как дома, поэтому буду говорить на своем языке. Тот язык, который вы тоже все понимаете. Я очень рад быть здесь. Я много-много лет назад начинал свою любительскую карьеру с города Кутаиси, где я выиграл первый свой чемпионат Советского Союза. И с этого места началась моя спортивная карьера. Поэтому Грузия для меня – это начало моего долгого пути. Я очень рад быть здесь. Я с огромным удовольствием приехал для того, чтобы поделиться своими знаниями. То, что мы сделали вчера на мастер-классе. и почувствовать то ощущение, которое немножко забыл, так как уже много лет не выступаю. Вам, всем зрителям, хочу пожелать насладиться, почувствовать те ощущения, которые бойцы, которые будут выходить сюда, будут давать. Огромное спасибо организаторам, Паша, для тебя, то, что я здесь, всем, кто меня пригласил. Я надеюсь, что у нас будет долгое, интересное сотрудничество, и тот опыт, который я имею, я смогу передать сюда, здесь, грузинским бойцам. Хорошего вечера вам.
და კიდევ ერთი მინდა უსურვო ჩვენ მებრძოლებს, საერთოდ ყველა მებრძოლებს კარგი სანახაობა გვაჩვენოს. კარგი საღამო. კარგ საღამოს გისურვებთ.
Ladies and gentlemen, now let me introduce your judges for this evening. Our main judge, Petrov from Azerbaijan. Our side judges, Barojan Tajmanov from Uzbekistan, Hadi Mohammed Ali from Bahrain, Salom Vezlani from Georgia, Guram Nasir from Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Then, ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of the evening. This is a GFC Bantamweight bout. Please welcome your fighter to the blue corner, Sadali.
Azerbaijan, the famous team. Also representing Iron Fist Fight Club, he's got an unbeaten record of 1 win and no defeats. 19 years old and standing 170 centimeters tall, weighing in on the limit at 61.2 yesterday. We have 11 professional contests here. Packed out crowd and some special guests, as we've seen, like Costa Sood, world champion boxer, one of the best light welterweight fighters in boxing history.
Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome his opponent, Tughushi.
So his opponent making his way down to the red corner, and the first of the Georgian fighters to enter the cage tonight. And you can really feel the atmosphere here and the support for the Georgian fighters. Tughushi, 26 years old. He also weighed in on the limit at 61.2 kilograms. He's 174 centimeters tall, slight height advantage over Sadali. And he represents the Batumi Fight Academy right here in Batumi, Georgia. Tughushi likes to be called Ripper, that's his nickname. And he is under a little bit of pressure here in front of the home crowd, making his debut. I will be on the mic all night. I'm Ian M16 Butland, and I'm joined by your MC and my co-commentator tonight, Ian the Machine Freeman.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the Bantamweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter, he is 19 years old. He weighed in at 61.2 kilograms. He stands 170 centimeters tall and has a record of 1 win and no losses. Representing Iron Fist Fight Club from Baku, Azerbaijan, Serdar Sadali. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 26 years old. He weighed in at 61.2 kilograms. He stands 174 centimeters tall and is making his professional debut. Representing Batumi Fight Academy from Batumi, Georgia, Nugzar Ripper Tughushi. And your referee for this bout, Hadi Mohammed Ali.
Everyone will leave the cage. We have our 2 fighters and the referee. This is Sadali in the blue, Tughushi in the red, indicated by the tape on the gloves. 2 bantamweight professionals here, Ian.
Well, definitely a firm favourite in the red corner from Batumi. The hometown fighter, Tughushi, or as we know, the Ripper, making his professional debut, taking a beautiful double leg to the ground though. Tries to get the mount.
Yeah, that was a lovely takedown, great level change, good control there. Half guard has been reclaimed. Again, Sadali having his second fight here, and that was a nice takedown. Locked up that bottom leg with a half guard position.
Well, Ripper does have the overhook on the left-hand side. Not sure if he's going to try and sweep him there. No, good guard pass. Oh no, we're still in half guard. He's now triangled the legs, figure 4 the legs. Now it's open.
Yeah. Well, he's got a knee shield in there.
Yeah, I was going to say good bridge,
in that
knee
bit
shield.
of distance.
Oh, but look at this guard pass, beautiful double leg into guard pass. This is good wrestling here, knee on belly.
It was really
nice. He's going to take the back here, he's going to take the back. He does. Put the Ripper back to his feet.
He's looking to lift him up here, Ian.
Let's see if we can see a suplex. Nice sweep, beautiful. Well, the hometown fighter has a lot to gain the respect here. The wrestling of Sadali is, well, it's clinical, isn't it?
It really is. He's got good control around the waist. He's finding it hard to get the arms out with the gloves. And you can see what Tughushi's doing. He's actually just trying to control the hands.
Oh, he got one hook in, no, back out again. But it's a beautiful little sweep as he stands up. He turns him, then sweeps at the same time.
Yeah, Tagali just using those wrist grips. So the wrist grips are a lot harder to get off when you've got the gloves on, Ian, and he's using that to his advantage just to defend the wrestling. But this wrestling is top class.
Well, frustration, you can see Tughushi not being able to get away from his opponent. A nice little outside trip. Again, we're back into half guard, Ian. The arm is trapped.
Yeah, he pinned the arm to ground and pound there, and he's still trying to get that right leg out. Around the back.
Again for the double. No, it switches to single. He may stand and go high crotch. Here we go. Oh, he drops down for the single.
I love how he's combining these wrestling moves, Ian.
Nice elbows, though. Elbows coming down from the top.
He's grabbed the cage there to stay up, Ian. Warning off the referee.
The referee did warn him.
Again, you've got Sadali just controlling from the back, working the knees into the thigh.
Sadali's like a leech. He's just stuck to his opponent. But I love the little trip that he gives. There's an outside trip now. He's going to turn him as he hooks that leg. No, decides not to.
He's going to go around the other side, Ian. Tughushi with that overhook.
Tughushi punching the body, which I feel in this position, is it worth it, Ian?
I don't think so. I think he'd be better off trying to pummel that arm in.
He's got to get an arm in. He's got to try and get something in. Try and get an inside hook. Double overs will help him a little bit. He needs to try and swim inside if he can.
Yeah, I mean, there is room inside by that elbow. If he could just get that arm inside, he could try.
The grip isn't tight. Yeah, he's not trying. He needs to swim inside. Now he is. Now he's doing it. There we go. There we go. Cross face.
Again, you see good combination work there. You know, as soon as the grip is gone, he drops down.
Nice elbows.
Perfectly legal. They're coming from the side, but again with that trip. Oh, good work by the Ripper. Oh, I thought he was back to his feet then.
He nearly was, and then he just switched to the ankle pick.
Well, exhausting first couple of minutes here. Relentless, non-stop.
You've got to think, I mean, this has been constant attacks, attacking the legs, attacking that clinch, attacking round the back. Is Sadali going to tire himself out if the Ripper can just continue to make it difficult for him to grab those wrists? I know he's on the defense, he's definitely lost this round, but how much can Sadali do this for 3 5-minute rounds is what I'm trying to say.
Well, the thing is, if he wrestles day in, day out in the gym, this part is not the hardest part. It's when you're getting hit at the same time as wrestling. At the moment, he's not being hit. He has took a few elbows to the side of his head, nothing causing too much damage, but I think he'll go 3 rounds wrestling like this if he has to. He just looks too good at it. You know, it's not as if he's, you know, a half-hearted wrestler. He's a pure class wrestler, and I'm sure he will last 3 rounds easily.
Well, those switches to the legs, as soon as he breaks, it's instinctive wrestling. You know, hours and hours of mat time there.
Well, a good, clear first round win for Sadali. No denying that. Frustration. Tughushi.
Both fighters taking a deep breath there, and they're now listening to their corners.
Well, Tughushi is not giving an easy.
Well, here we're going to see the replay, and it was that level change that started things off. That was an indication straight away of the wrestling style of Sadali. Constantly trying to keep those knees together, and when he did get the knees together, he did a real good job of getting the right knee, his knee underneath, like a shelf to stop the regard. Again, they're dropping down to the single leg, head in, switching to the double. I mean, the elbows were coming down there, but he just continued to work. He didn't let it put him off. And again, another nice takedown. He shot all the way into the ankle pick. It was beautiful.
It was nice. He got the takedown, realised that he'd lost his opponent, and then went for the ankle pick. And like I said, Ian, that's someone who has wrestled constantly. Wrestled for years. So,
19 years old, Sadali. I mean, he's been wrestling since a child.
I didn't even know that MMA existed at 19 years old. In fact, it didn't exist at 19
It did
years
exist
old.
when you were 19.
The arc may have existed back when I was 19. But here we go, round 2.
Touch of gloves and straight into the middle of Tughushi. Tughushi this time.
Tughushi going for the takedown, Ian.
Yeah. I think that's a wise move.
Yeah, he decided to turn the table here.
And now we get a good look at Sadali's
look at that switch. My word, did you see how clinical that was?
Yeah, he's looking for the arm, Ian. Is he going to switch into the arm?
Switch to the Kimura.
He can actually turn around up to the back as well from there, Ian. He's got his hooks. He could switch around to a body lock. Oh, sorry, it's a reverse triangle.
Reverse triangle if he locks it up. I don't think he's managing to get it there.
It's difficult to see from this angle, but what Tughushi is doing there is he's just trying to clamp him down.
Well, that was really good. Tughushi realised he was in trouble and he managed to underhook that leg and escape.
Well, I think he's already finding it difficult to get the takedowns and to work the wrestling. Sadali's counter wrestling is very good as well.
Did you see the switch? I hope we showed the replay earlier, what we saw earlier there. That
straight into the mount position.
Beautiful switch. And there's a high crotch, not allowing himself to be taken down.
Yeah, he's linked the arms there underneath. Clears the leg out, up to the feet.
Well, the tide's going to turn again by the looks of it. Sadali now on the attack.
Yeah, Sadali's looking to lift up that right leg. He's not working with quite the same venom he did in the first round, Ian. Comes up, pushing the forehead, underneath the chin. Knee to the body.
Yeah, you're right, the pace it has stopped a little bit. It's stopped, but who can blame them? Yeah. Who can blame them?
But it's still Sadali controlling the wrestling against the fence.
He's dominating it still. As we say that, it gets reversed.
Tughushi's corner got excited. That's what they wanted. They wanted to turn against the fence, but now he needs to work from there. And he's not the one throwing knees.
Oh, he nearly missed it. Nearly. It's the counters that he does from it. He makes a little mistake and then just counters his own mistake.
He just chains them together so well, doesn't he? Misses one, hits another.
Half guard again. Well, you're right what you're saying, Ian, because some people, they'll go for a takedown, they'll miss it, and then they'll just stay where they are. But this guy just follows up. He just follows it up and follows it up. And look at the position we're in now.
Yeah, again, power in the knees. He's done a lot of the knees into the thighs, and it does really soften up the fighters. You know, as your leg starts to build lactic acid, starts to lump up. Again, using that head underneath the chin, just making it really hard for Tughushi to settle.
Well, this has definitely been a wrestler's fight. It doesn't matter which side you're on. Both guys have been nothing but together. They have been tight together wrestling. There's been no striking whatsoever from a kickboxer or a boxer's point of view. It's all been wrestling.
Oh, this is a tough debut fight, Ian.
Oh, without a doubt. And to be honest, looking at how well he wrestles, I'm surprised they've given Tughushi this kind of fight of such a great wrestler. And there's that reversal again. He's got the underhook. Nearly had him in a crucifix. Good reversal. But a triangle attempt. Well spotted there by Tughushi.
Yeah, Tughushi defended that well. Now he's on top in guard. Can he start to work some strikes here?
First time he's been in a dominant position. Only a minute left to go in the second round.
I'd like to see him clear these arms in and start to work some strikes. He needs a strong finish to this round to even stay in the fight. He needs to try to turn that right arm out. Just circle it out and try to work these strikes. Try to get his head up. He doesn't want to let Sadali keep control of him from inside the guard.
Yeah, he's too low down. He's got to sit back. He's got to get back. Got to sit on his heels. Create a little bit of posture. Because the ground and pound from the bottom is quite feeble, to be honest.
25 seconds left in this round, just to try to get a strong finish. Tugushi's corner a little more relaxed, but I think they need to be really shouting at their fighter, because this could end up with him 2 rounds down now.
Oh, yeah, I would say he's 2 rounds down. He may have dominated the past, 15, 20 seconds in the guard position, but other than that, he was being took down, he was being reversed. He was being manhandled again. I mean, not as much as the first, but being manhandled again.
That's the kind of round where if he'd have postured well in guard, he had 90 seconds in guard, and he'd have started working some good strikes, some solid shots. With the way that the scoring works and the effective striking, he could have stolen that round.
Exactly, it works on effective striking. Obviously works on effective wrestling as well, but look at this beautiful,
lovely. It's like that 100% sweep kind of underhook. And again here, he was so patient. He had the arms locked underneath, and then he just worked to get that leg out. As soon as he does, they stand up, and then he starts to chain these attacks together.
Yeah, another good solid second round.
That's it, down, arms around the waist, down to the feet. Swaps from a knee tap to a single leg. It's lovely wrestling. And that's where he said there, he had like that 100% sweep kind of position where you're nearly into the crucifix.
Well, third and final round, Ian. I believe the Ripper has to come back.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of work to do here. I think it's 2 rounds to Sadali. I agree with you, Ian. So here we've got third and final round. Big punches they shared there, but again, it's a change of levels from Sadali and round that leg. Holding onto the high crotch.
Maybe the Ripper needs to change a little bit of tactic if he can and create some space.
Every single time Tughushi down to the floor, he does get round to his knees, gets back up to his feet. I know he's defending, but he's defending well, Ian.
There's a guillotine there, missed it.
Solid knee to the body this time from Tughushi.
Tughushi was actually, like you said, he attacked in the second round. Maybe he needs to work on his movement and his distance. Not quite sure how good his striking is, but because he's a professional debut, but his wrestling is not beating his opponent. And this is MMA after all. Well, if you can't wrestle them, you strike them. If you can't strike them, you wrestle them.
He's Turns his back to the fence now. He's using his head now underneath.
There's the break. That's what we're talking about. Too close. Nice hip though.
And he did force a desperate takedown from Sadali then.
He was a little bit too close. He should have stepped back just a little bit more, and that defense might have been better. He may not have got the high crotch of the single here. Three and a half minutes now to win this fight on behalf of the Ripper. Sadali has just got to keep this wrestling ability nice and tight.
Again, nice knees with the back from the fence. Tughushi as well, he's trying to get heavy with that wizard as well, isn't he? He's trying to really push down his opponent and just open up the body for the knees. Now he gets the turn. This is better work here. I think Sadali has tired. But Tughushi, he can't just do better work. Winning this round is not enough.
He needs a finish. He needs a finish. He may think that he got the second round, I'm not sure, but I'd be very surprised if he did. But this is what he needs to do. Strike, keep on the outside. Nah, he's too close again. He's got caught in a double. Switch to single.
Yeah, he managed to get the underhook though and stop the takedown. Half a round left, and this is Tughushi. You do feel that he's maybe just trying to well, he is getting that bit of control now. It's just too little too late. He needs to really take some risks, step on the gas. He can't just sit there using that sort of heavy pressure on the shoulder.
Instead of putting that underhook there with his left arm, Tughushi, he should be putting a cross face. Get his hand on the shoulder, push his face backwards. That'll tilt his head back. Might create a little bit of space for him.
And then he can start to work these strikes, which have been his most effective moves.
He's still too close. He's trying to push away.
He's trying to wrestle the wrestler. Now he's in space. Nice right hand. He's still got a couple of minutes left. Can he start to land these shots on the tired Sadali?
Forward too much. There you go. I've just said, you could see he was too heavy on his front foot. Well, it is his professional debut. He has a lot to learn. I hope he can go back and watch this video. As he was moving forward, you could see how heavy that front foot was. And it's a wrestler's paradise.
Yeah, and again, we've just got Tughushi defending the pass now, trying to push on the head, keep his legs in between the two of them. Looking for that back control now, Ian. He's looking to... Got a very deep bottom hook and then the top leg behind the knee.
He does have a figure four body lock.
Again, he locks the body lock. It's a little bit harder to keep it tight when your feet are at the bottom. When the lock's on the top, it's difficult to escape. It's actually easier to turn your hips in that position. But at the moment, Tughushi not even trying to move his hips in.
Yeah, we're down now to the final 10 seconds of this, the third round. The third and final round. Again, a little bit too late.
Yeah, well, that was the switch to the hips I was asking for.
And there we have it, Ian. 3 rounds, dominated 3 rounds by Sadali, I believe. But I will find out in just a second for the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, I think I maybe had that last round even, Ian, but definitely the first 2 to Sadali, and we'll hand over to the judges for the official decision. First, we'll see the replay. This Bantamweight professional contest. And this was the story of the fight. Sadali of Baku, Azerbaijan. Amazing wrestling, great level changes, switching from the back to the hips, and then finishing with this lovely body lock and control from the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. And your winner by unanimous decision, Sadali!
That first contest, and a very deserved win for Sadali of Baku, Azerbaijan.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a GFC lightweight bout. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Morteza Rashvandi.
Georgian Fighting Championship 23, Batumi Fight Night 2. Next up, we have a lightweight professional contest, and the first fighter making his way down to the blue corner is Morteza Rashvandi. Rashvandi is 37 years old, weighed in on the limit at 70.3 kilograms, stands 176 centimeters tall, fighting out of 313 Academy in Rasht, Iran. He has a record of 3 wins, 3 defeats, and no draws. Big thank you as ever to Giorgi Kubalashvili, the president of the Georgian MMA Federation. Worked many times with the Georgian Fighting Championship in Tbilisi and here in Batumi. Batumi Fight Club owner manager Lasha Baramidze working as well on the shows here in Batumi for Batumi Fight Night.
Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome his opponent to the cage, Hamid Azimov.
So his opponent making his way down to the red corner, representing Batumi Fight Academy here in Batumi, Georgia. This is Hamid Azimov, 29 years old, again weighing in on the limit at 73.3 kilograms yesterday. He's 186 centimeters tall, so 10 centimeters taller than his opponent from Iran, and he has an unbeaten record of 1 win and no defeats. Looking to get the first win for the local fighters here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the lightweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 37 years old. He weighed in at 70.3 kilograms. He stands 176 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 3 wins with 3 losses. Representing 313 Academy from Rasht, Iran, please welcome Morteza Rashvandi. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 29 years old. He weighed in at 70.3 kilograms. He stands 186 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 1 win with no losses. Representing Batumi Fight Academy from Batumi, Georgia, Hamid Azimov. And your referee for this bout, Vusal Beramov.
Georgian Fighting Championship 23 lightweight professional contest. We have Rashvandi in the blue, Azimov in the red.
Well, you would think Rashvandi coming from Iran, he should be a good wrestler. Obviously, I don't. Oh, that was a nice body kick in.
Yeah, lovely kick to start things off, as I say. Usually good wrestlers, however, he's gone for that leg and he's left his neck open, and this is sometimes where you see the grapplers against the wrestlers.
Bulldog choke available here. Bulldog choke, bring the right arm over like a kid in a playground. Side headlock.
That's it, that playground headlock. But that was good work from Rashvandi to recover from that. He got his arm over to the hip, but as soon as he does again, we're seeing this submission game of Azimov. This kind of rubber guard position with very flexible legs.
Oh, triangle. Triangle. Albeit not tight. Now it's on.
Now
this
it's
is
tight.
It.
As soon
now
as
it is.
As soon as the grip of the hands broke, the arm across, and this is a tight triangle choke position. We're going to see a tap, I think, here, Ian.
Oh, that is very tight indeed. Like you said, from the beginning, he's going
the
out.
Pressure on the arm lock as well. You know, he's pressuring that arm. I think he might be out. He could be out. The referee.
He's looking close. He's a bit tight. He's still. Oh, he's out. He's out.
He's out.
He's out. He's out. He's gone.
I think he was out for a while.
He's out. Referee, stop it! Wow, that's ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous refereeing.
A good 10 seconds there, Ian. He was out.
Rest. You spotted it before he even went limp. Then he went limp, and the referee was still letting it carry on.
What happened there was the arm that was on the outside, which is the one that you'd normally tap with. He had a straight arm lock on that at the same time. So I can understand you couldn't see the tap. However, there was a good 10 seconds there where I think it was fairly obvious he was unconscious. Well, he's getting up and he seems okay. Now let's watch the replay here, so you'll be able to see what I see. So the hands are linked together. He came over and tried to push with his arm, but that was the arm that was on the outside that normally he probably would have tapped with. He had an arm lock on that and then he locked it up. It was out well before that point. So a triangle choke victory there for Hamid Azimov. That's the first win there for Batumi and for Georgia. And the crowd well behind their fighters as we wait and hand over to Ian the Machine Freeman for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute 24 seconds of the very first round, the referee calls a stop to this contest due to a triangle choke. And your winner, Hamid Azimov!
That's the official decision. Triangle choke victory for Hamid Azimov. Chokes Rashvandi completely unconscious. And he looked good with a submission game running up to that. From the moment Rashvandi tried to wrestle. He was looking for submissions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is in the welterweight division. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Islam Kamaldinov.
We continue the action here at Georgian Fighting Championship 23, live from Eclipse in Batumi. The next fighter making his way down to the blue corner represents Kamaldinov team in Fergana, Uzbekistan. This is Islam Kamaldinov, welterweight professional fighter with a record of 8 wins and 5 defeats. Kamaldinov is the fighter coach over there in Uzbekistan. And as always we see with the Uzbekistan fighters, great wrestling, good powerful striking. Very experienced fighter, as both an amateur and a professional. It was nice to see some words there from Kosta, the world champion boxer. Earlier on we also have Avtandil Natashvilli, the world champion judoka, in the house. I'm not sure whether he'll be in later for a few words.
And now welcome his opponent to the cage, Becca Tamliani.
Making his way down to the red corner, representing Warriors in Tbilisi MMA from Georgia, with a record of 4 wins and 1 defeat. This is Becca Tamliani. Tamliani is 21 years of age, and he weighed on the limit at 77.1 kilograms yesterday. Standing 187 centimeters tall, he has 5 centimeters height advantage over his opponent here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the welterweight division. Now introducing your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 30 years old. He weighed in at 77.1 kilograms and stands 182 centimeters tall. He has a professional record of 8 wins with 5 losses. Representing Kamaldinov team from Fergana, Uzbekistan, Islam Kamaldinov. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 23 years old. He weighed in at 77.1 kilograms. He stands 187 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 4 wins with 1 loss. Representing Warriors, Tbilisi MMA, from Tsalka, Georgia, Becca Tamliani. And your referee for this bout, Burjan Zhumanov.
So the cage door will close. And here at Georgian Fighting Championship 23, we have a welterweight professional contest. Kamaldinov in the blue, Tamliani in the red. Tamliani with a slight height advantage, Kamaldinov a slight experience advantage. Touch of gloves and the action begins. Both fighters in the orthodox stance.
Oh, body kick.
A solid kick underneath.
Yeah, nice liver kick to the body.
Tamliani returned an inside low kick back.
Oh, back high. Do you know what, Ian? I was just going to say, it's nice to see a little bit of striking. We've had 2 wrestling matches.
Yeah, well, I think they both took some solid kicks there and decided, let's go back to wrestling. So here it's Kamaldinov attacking the wrestling, looking to push Tamliani back against the fence. He was looking for that leg. Tamliani did a good job. He's got the overhook and then he got the inside.
Nice switch. Went for the takedown, used it as a fake. Now dominating up against the cage. Tamliani.
Yeah, he's looking to control that wrist, maybe trying to get around the back there. Good pressure with the head, drops down for the legs.
Be careful, guillotine.
Yeah, I think he felt that. You saw he get his head up, his posture right up there.
There we go. Manages to get the takedown half guard.
That's where he was looking to get his head round the back. Got the takedown. He didn't get round the back, but he got the takedown. His opponent sort of forced to put his shoulders onto the mat.
Never been a big fan of putting the hand behind the back of the head when you're on the ground. Sets up too easy for a reversal, especially now. We could reverse. He did the wrong thing. He's got his hands around the head when he's on his back. He should have trapped that arm that was around his head. He trapped their arm. The person on top has got nowhere to base. A little bit of inexperience there from a guy who has, what, 13 fights now?
13 professional contests, yeah. Well, here we see Tamliani looking to try to climb up to a higher mount. He tried to do that and then locked back down with these grapevines. I mean, this is a nice position. You can secure the mount, get really heavy on the hips, and then maybe posture up to strike, and then watch him to come up once he gets those elbows away from the body. There you go.
Takes the back beautifully as well.
Yeah, just forced the turn, didn't he? And then
he's only got one hook in though.
He's in a body lock, actually.
He's a body lock on that side, yeah, couldn't see it.
Yeah, he's locked the body lock and he's going to drop down.
Rear naked, he's setting it up, there we go.
Lovely technique there.
Squeezing tight, pushing through with the hips.
Pushing those hips
Just trying to set his arms a little bit better.
Yeah, well, it's a good hand fight. He's just gone palm to palm there, and that's the end.
He taps.
Rear naked choke victory there for Becca Tamliani. That's 2 good wins for the Georgian fighters now, both by submission in the first round. As we watch the replay of these 2 welterweights, they started off with powerful kicks. Then the clinch was actually initiated by Kamaldinov, but it was Tamliani who came out on top, got the fight down to the floor, dominated the mount with strikes and forced the turn to open up that back exposure and set up this rear naked choke finish. It switches palm to palm.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes, 2 seconds of the very first round, we have a winner due to tap out from rear naked choke, Becca Tamliani!
That's the official decision. Your winner by rear naked choke, Becca Tamliani of the Warriors Tbilisi MMA.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just another quick mention of our sponsors for Company Eclipse, Metro Holding and Vitamine.ge. The supporters of this tournament are Georgian Mixed Martial Arts National Federation and Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth of Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a featherweight bout. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Mehmet Khan Tasdawen.
You're watching Georgian Fighting Championship live from Eclipse in Batumi. And the next fighter making his way down to the cage, representing Kanakal in Turkey, is Mehmet Khan Tasdawen. Khan Tasdawen, 25 years of age, weighing in at 65.8 kilograms yesterday, standing 168 centimeters tall. He has a perfect professional record of 1 win and no defeats. His club in Kanakal, Turkey is Glorious MMA, and he gives a hug to his cornermen and training partners before he enters the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome his opponent to the cage, David Lord Kibenidze.
His opponent now making his way down to the red corner of the cage. Representing the Batumi Fight Academy here in Batumi, Georgia. 23 years of age, 65.8 kilograms for this featherweight professional contest, at 180 centimeters tall, 12 centimeters taller than his opponent. The same record, 1 win and no defeats. This is David Lord Kibenidze. Talked so many times about how these fighters can get on a roll. You know, you've got the fighters from your team winning and coming back and winning, and it really builds the morale in the dressing room. They lost that first fight on points, but since then we've seen 2 submission wins, and let's see if we can keep that rolling for these home team fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the featherweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 25 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms. He stands 168 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 1 win with no losses. Representing Glorious MMA from Kankale, Turkey, Mehmet Khan Tasdawen. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 23 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms. He stands 180 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 1 win and no losses. Representing Batumi Fight Academy from Batumi, Georgia, David Lotipkinidze. And your referee for this bout, Hadi Muhammad Ali.
Here we go, featherweight professional contest here at GFC 23. Kantasdovan in the blue, Lotipkinidze in the red.
Oh, big overhand right to start off. This man needs business, but that's what happens if you swing for the fences. A little duck under, nice little takedown there, Ian.
Well, Lotipkinidze looks massive at the weight. He's huge next to Kantasdovan, but he fielded a big right hand there on the jaw, and that can change things around at the start of a fight.
Well, he swung that right hand from the back fence, to be honest. But if it connects hard.
Lotipkinidze on top. You can see Kantasdovan looking for the sweep. Solid overhook there.
Yeah, he's not allowing anything to happen. Lotipkinidze trying to get the arms free. Kantasdovan hanging on real tight. But how long can he hold on for, though, Ian? I mean, there's only so long you can hold on with fresh arms. He's going to tire himself out just working this underhook. He needs to try and look for some sweeps or submissions when you're on the bottom position. Best position to be in if you're on your back, which is have someone in between your legs in the guard. But he needs to work it. The guard is wide open. He's got an underhook on one side, overhook on the other.
Well, there's blood pouring out the nose of Lotipkinidze from that first right hand.
Was that from the first shot? I didn't see that.
I think, and maybe that's what's taking him a bit of time to get his head together. You know, he's inside that guard, but you can see the blood all around his face. And he's just really holding Kantasdovan close to him, so maybe he's happy for this little bit of a rest while he just gets his head together from that shot. You know, as much as Kantasdovan's holding on to him with the overhook, I think he's holding with 2 deep underhooks himself. Starting to work those strikes now with the right hand from the top position.
But yeah, you're exactly right, Ingles. I've just noticed it there. He took 2 good clean shots and then grabbed the body. 2 good clean shots and then grabbed his hands around the body.
Yeah, I think the holding here is 50-50 between the two of them. Is he looking to try to pass now?
He needs to. He needs to. It was easy pass there. It was wide open. All he had to do was step over that leg. Yeah, Lotipkinidze needs to posture back. No volume of strikes, no power from these strikes. Nearly got swept there.
Yeah, he's keeping low. When Kantasdovan turns to the side and puts that knee shield in, that's his opportunity to try to pass. But I think he's too worried about the sweep to try. And here again, you know, same position again. Like I said, more likely than the passes, it looks like he might get swept.
Elbows is his thing right now. He's coming down with little short elbows. You don't need much room for an elbow. Not at all. Not as much as you do for a strike, for a punch. He postures up a little bit there. Head still low, but legs are up in the air.
Yeah, using that head now, trying to crush Kantasdovan against the fence. Very content to go back into the full guard position there. He'd kind of pass to half.
It's what we call a grinder. Stay in the same position, you grind out the round, you go through to the second round, you grind out that round, and this is what he's doing right now, just grinding out the round. Not too bothered about the finish.
Yeah, I mean, there where you thought they might try to pass, he was happy to just actually lift the knee up and back into that full guard position. He doesn't seem to like it when he's got the opportunity to pass when that knee shield's in, but he doesn't seem to like it. He's more worried about the sweep.
Yeah, the pass was there quite a few times, to be honest. Well, we're under a minute to go. First round.
And again, we see that knee shield in. Well, there was that big right hand at the start, and from then it's been Kantasdovan on top, just doing enough work really to keep this action on the floor.
Yeah, he steps himself back into the guard there. I mean, yeah, sure, it's tactful. You're going to win the round, but you got to do this for 3 rounds. That's a little bit better. He postured this time. Now, whether he knew there was 10 seconds to go, not sure if his cornermen shouted out there was 10 seconds or whether he heard the knock. But as soon as that 10 seconds was available, he postured up.
Well, that might give him some confidence coming into round number 2 of what he can do. Because that was his best bit of work there. And look, he's really forced a bad decision there in position by Natashvilli.
Yeah, the eye is actually swollen. The eye is swollen, the blood is bleeding from the nose. Lord Kipinadze. So you wonder if you're right in that first opening shot caught him.
We're going to see that now. I think that was a
there
huge,
you go. That's exactly where it was as well, right on the side of the eye.
Yeah, huge overhand right. And then it was just as soon as he got down to the floor, I noticed the blood all around the nose. I didn't see another big shot in between that, so I think what Lord Kipinadze needs to do when he comes out is be just ready for a big overhand right coming.
Yeah.
Instructions from the corner. You see there the Turkish corner, just slapping the arms, trying to stop the lactic acid build up there in the shoulders and arms. And also I think the G there fighter on a little bit. So here we go. Georgian Fighting Championship 23. This is round number 2 of a featherweight professional contest.
Well, let's see if that overhand, there we go. Overhand came, missed by a mile. That allowed Lord Kipinadze to get the takedown. And this time he passes the guard. Like you said, he maybe a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, definitely. I think he felt a bit of confidence there early on. Continued where he left off at the end of round 1. And round 1 was a really good performance from him for probably the last 10 seconds. Like you said, I think it was like he heard the knocker and decided, right, it's time to go.
Yeah. But again, we're back in the full guard. Will we see another 5 minutes of this right up until 10 seconds to go? Let's hope not.
Throwing that left hand over, and then as soon as the head moves to the other side, he starts working with that right hand. But again, like you say, it's that grinding kind of style where...
Now, this is a guard pass if I ever saw one. No, it wasn't.
Again, each time he's done that, Ian, he's looked so concerned about the sweep that he'd rather sit in full guard.
He could step across now, not going to.
Again, chopping the shots in from inside this guard position. I mean, you can see the blood still coming from his nose. It's going across the chest. There's quite a lot of blood actually there
nice
as well.
Nice short elbow as well.
Yeah, again, like I said, that overarm short elbow with the left hand.
Quite happy to sit in guard. I mean, who could blame him? No risks, no danger. He doesn't feel as if he's in any danger whatsoever sitting in that position. There's no submission attacks from the bottom. Well, pushes himself back into guard. He's kind of stepped over the half. Back into full guard.
Yeah, he's a fair few times he's sort of half passed and then gone back into that guard position.
Now the blood that's on the face.
Yeah, of Natashvilli, and that's actually the blood from Lord Kipinadze's nose still coming out.
His eyes quite shut as well by the looks of it.
His face actually looks... I didn't see any punches in this time.
No, I don't think there's been anything.
So I think he's just squeezing the head into his chest. You know, Natashvilli is controlling that head. He's been pulling it into his chest. And maybe that's what's made the nose bleed. Natashvilli is doing a good job, really, of just negating any of these attacks from the top position. He's not... There's still enough work for him not to get stood back up, and he's trying to turn, trying to get the knee shield, but nothing significant has hit him.
It's quite basic MMA. That's what we're looking at right here. It's basic MMA. There's no attempt to finish whatsoever. There's no attempt to pass. There's no attempt to submit from the bottom. So yeah, I mean, they are beginners, but this is what we would call basic MMA.
Yeah, two guys, both won the pro debuts, and this is a very evenly matched fight.
Well, a half guard now. Let's see if he steps back into full guard, or will he try to pass?
Half guard, a great place for ground and pound, but he just settles to go back into the full guard. That was a better shot there. Could hear that land. Solid shots from underneath now.
Yeah, but Kantas needs to try and get back to his feet. He's allowing the top position too easy to lay on top of him. He needs to try and get back to his feet. Not once have we seen him try to get back to his feet. Not once in this whole round, or the first round. I don't care who you are, you cannot win a fight by throwing punches from bottom. The man on top will always be winning. Attempting submissions and nearly pulling off a submission is another thing, but just throwing punches from the bottom, nowhere.
Yeah, well, again, he tries to use that knee shield just to try to make enough space, but you know, he's making space. He's not making that space to stand back up. He's not making that space to put his shoulders onto the fence.
Well, I know it's kind of hard to see from the viewing position, but they've kind of done a full circle all the way around the cage in the 5 minutes they've been on the ground.
Okay, well, what we've got there is 2 rounds to the fighter from Georgia, on my card at least, purely from the fact that he's got the takedown, got the top position, and controlled from inside the guard. And the majority of the time he has spent inside that guard. Little passes to half, trying to deal with the knee shield, but each time he does and he comes back in, and that's what we're going to see here. Here's the full guard, strikes coming into the body, elbow over to the head. And there you see these attempts at the knee shield and looking for that sort of scissor sweep position from underneath. Each time shut down by Lortkipanidze as he grinds away from on top. Here we go, third and final round here in Batumi, Georgia. Georgian Fighting Championship 23. Kantasvidin. Oh, it's the cut now above the left eye. And the referee's asked for that to be checked. That is quite a bad cut there, Ian.
I can't see that stopping.
No. Although it's a fairly large cut, because it's not bleeding too bad, it's not really affecting the vision or anything. I think they're going to let this continue. Referee just being careful here. Safety has to come first in these mixed martial arts contests.
Well, let's see how the third round starts off, because however it starts, that's how about once bitten, twice shy.
Lortkipanidze happy to go on top, and we know maybe it's because of that cut that he's not wanting to do anything too much. He's thinking, I've got to play it safe. Pulling those hips away from the fence and then dropping back down into the guard. He's not posturing up at all where he's at danger of being struck from underneath. So Lortkipanidze again on top. And as you described at the end of round number 2, they're kind of just working their way around the fence.
They've done a full circle of this cage already.
Well, given this packed out house here, at least everyone in the house is getting a close look at this action. The head driving in underneath the chin. This is better work, actually.
Well, even if he just jumps to his knees now, turns to his knees. Fair enough, he might have a chance of getting his back taken, but it's better than being on your back and being totally dominated. You know, sometimes you've got to take risks.
Well, there's been opportunities for both guys to take risks during this fight, and both of them have taken the safer option each time. You know, Kantasviren has the chance to turn to his knees, try to stand up. Lortkipanidze has had the chance to try to pass that knee shield. Each time the fighters have taken the easy option, they've gone back into a position where they feel at least comfortable. That's not how you win fights.
Well, surely Kantasviren knows he's losing his fight. And I mean, well, he's not just losing.
His corner should be telling him at least, even if he doesn't know.
Now, get on your knees and stand up. Do something different.
Again, over and over, we've seen that position, that knee shield. And when he gets the knee shield, you know, he turns onto his side, he gets the knee shield. What he tends to do is grapevine is that bottom leg. Well, that stops him from being able to stand up. So he's actually stopping his own movement.
Not once have we seen him try to use the cage wall to get back to his feet.
But whenever I see a fighter like this, you know, he's 1-0, and you see these sort of positions, it makes you think he doesn't do a lot of training actually in a cage. You know, if you've got a cage in the gym and you're working constantly in these sort of positions and working the wall walks and things like that that would help you in this position, then that would start to come naturally. At the moment, all he's doing is turning with that knee shield, looking for that sort of scissor sweep, which is more what you'd see someone do in the middle of a mat.
Yeah, that he has attempted that quite a few times. Half butterfly guard, the lift and sweep, scissor sweep to turn them over. There we go, there's the push of the leg. Now he's got the knee shield in. The bridge, trying to create a gap between him and his opponent, but nothing doing with it. That's the problem. It's as if he's doing half a move and then doesn't know what to do after that. What happened to the good old elbow, hand, hip and get back to your feet? Worked for me.
And this is the sort of bread and butter fundamentals that you should be doing working in a cage. I think I remember us working that cage at Quantum maybe 15 years ago, and those same moves that we still do now.
The old ones always work.
Well, that eye is bleeding profusely there, all over the chest.
Well, I'm sure it'll be a badge of honour, because in 40 seconds time, I believe that man there in top position, Lortkipanidze, is going to take this unless something amazing happens from bottom position.
Yeah, I think we'd have to see a submission now. We've got 20 seconds. I don't think there's a lot of time to set up a choke or an arm lock or anything from underneath. I think this is going to be a ground out decision from a man who got his eye cut and his nose damaged in the first 10 seconds of this fight.
Well, there we go, right at the end again. Now there to his knees, but he swings back round again to his back. Never once tried to stand up again, just takes punishment. And that's 3 rounds of total dominance.
Yeah, 3 rounds dominated. The best work from Mehmet Kantasviren of Turkey was the very first punch he threw, and after that, David Lortkipanidze turned his game on. And we saw the control, albeit mainly from inside that guard. He worked grinding away, punches to the body and head, and then these solid elbows. And it was in the last 10 seconds of each round that he seemed to let go. That was the end of the fight there.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a unanimous decision in favor of your winner, David Lotibenitsa!
Well-deserved decision there for David Lotibenitsa, 23-year-old fighter from the Batumi Fight Academy in Georgia.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a flyweight bout. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Mariam Falah!
You're watching Georgian Fighting Championship 23, and it's time for the female fighters. Huge support for these two fighters yesterday at the weigh-ins, and again, that has continued in the arena here. The fighters only just stepping out onto the stage, and everyone's going crazy here. The first fighter making her way down to the blue corner is Mariam Falah. Falah's 29 years old, flyweight fighter at 173 centimeters tall. She has an unbeaten record, 3 fights, no losses, no draws. She fights out of the 313 Academy in Rasht, Iran. She is certainly up against it here because this whole room is in support of her opponent from Georgia. The pressure is on. She is walking into the Lion's Den.
Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome her opponent to the cage, Mariam Torturenava!
So her opponent, a very well-supported 20-year-old from Guram Fight Club in Georgia, is Mariam Torturenava. 20 years old with a record of 7 wins and 2 losses. A lot of experience for this young fighter. See her coach and cornerman there, Mikhail Meske. Another GFC veteran in the corner. And Raul Tutaruli, M1 and GFC legend. This is a big fight for her in her 9 professional contests, taking on an unbeaten fighter from Iran. Big international contest for these two girls.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the flyweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 29 years old. She weighed in at 56.7 kilograms. She stands 173 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 3 wins with no losses. Representing 313 Academy from Rasht, Iran, please welcome Mariam Falah! And now welcome her opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 20 years old. She weighed in at 56.7 kilograms. She stands 170 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 7 wins with 2 losses. Representing Guram Fight Club from Senaki, Georgia, Mariam Torturenava! And your referee for this bout, Fusal Beremov.
Georgian Fighting Championship. This is a female flyweight contest. We have Falah in the blue, Torturenava in the red. Touch of gloves and the action will begin.
Falah throws a big right hand, but easily taken down. Torturenava
Lovely
straight onto
takedown
mount
and balance.
position. She manages to get to the side, but she was mounted. Referee saying don't touch the back of the head, but
yeah, that was good base there, just to stay on top. Nice steady control here from Torturenava.
well, Falah unbeaten, 3 fights to her credit.
Yeah, holding on to that playground headlock. It can be a big mistake.
As we've just seen, mounted.
Just looking to secure a position here. It's Torturenava before she works any other attack.
Yeah, Torturenava just needs to relax a little bit. That's better. That's nice ground and pound. Hopefully trying to get Falah to leave go, and she does.
Climbing those legs up high now.
This is a dangerous position now for Falah. Falah turns her back, trying to come out the back door. That was a nice little hook there with her hand to stop her falling over.
Yeah, well, Torturenava's doing a good job of each time she's sort of thrown or bucked off, she keeps on top.
There's the rear naked in. That looks deep.
Locking
looks deep indeed.
Nice control with the legs and the arms there.
Oh, she manages to... Well, she hangs on just for that split second.
Yeah, but as soon as she gets out, look at the heavy ground and pound coming down. Not wasting any shots here. Look how calm and controlled she is in the face.
Falah does not like these punches again, turning her
And
back.
that's
this
gone
time,
deep.
That's deep, very deep. Flattened out as well.
She's defending everything she can,
well,
but she's out. She's out, Ian.
Well, she reached out to tap, albeit it was only one tap. But a great submission finish. Torturenava takes it to 8 wins now.
8 wins out of 10 professional contests for Mariam Torturenava, and at 20 years old, she looks a real star. So calm and composed on top. And there we see the takedown, and she just kept a really good base, staying on top, and then started to step up this ground and pound, forced the turn. She didn't get the choke the first time, but the second time she was deep underneath that chin. And there you see the tight finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute 59 seconds of the very first round, we have a winner due to tap out from rear naked choke, Mariam Torturenava!
There you go, it is all official. The winner by rear naked choke, round number 1, and Mariam Torturenava. 10 professional contests now with 8 wins at only 20 years old.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is in the flyweight division. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Liridon Romani.
We're rattling through the fights here at GFC 23. The next fighter making his way down to the blue corner from Liège in Belgium. The Terra Nova fight team is Liridon Romani. Romani's 28 years old. Weighed in at 56.7 kilograms yesterday and stands 170 centimeters tall. He has a professional mixed martial arts record, 5 wins and 2 defeats. You see the markings there on his back from this cupping that's become very popular. A lot of fighters we've seen entering the cage with these markings on the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome his opponent to the cage, Gogolazi.
So his opponent making his way down to the red corner. Teammate of Miriam Torturenava, who we've just seen win, representing Guram Fight Club from Kashuri in Georgia, is Beka Gogolazi. Gogolazi, 27 years old, identical weight, identical height to Romani. Slightly more experienced record, 9 wins and 5 defeats. On paper, these two flyweights are very evenly matched. The hometown advantage going to this man here, Beka Gogolazi.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the flyweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 28 years old. He weighed in at 56.7 kilograms. He stands 170 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 5 wins with 2 losses. Representing Terranova team from Liège, Belgium, Romani. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 27 years old. He weighed in at 56.7 kilograms. He stands 170 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 9 wins with 4 losses. Representing Guram Fight Club from Georgia, Beka Gogolazi. And your referee for this bout, Burijan Jumanov.
This is the last of our prelims before the main card, GFC 23. It's a flyweight professional contest with Romani in the blue representing Belgium and Gogolazi representing Georgia in the red. A touch of gloves and the action will begin. Initially, Romani, on first look, is a fair bit taller than Gogolazi and he works his strikes early on. Twice he's gone high with that back kick, switches stance.
Looks like we've got 2 clinical strikers here, Ian.
Yeah, well, Beka, we know he's aggressive, but just not quite getting his range yet, as he...
He's a little bit of the shorter guy, a little bit, the reach is not as long. Would like a taekwondo type stance.
Well, this is it, Romani. As he's growing in confidence, his arms are dropping down, and that could play right into the hands of Gogolazi.
Romani looks like he's just ready to step in. He's just waiting for that time. And
you're right, it really has got that kind of traditional martial arts style.
That was the uppercut. He missed it though. He stepped in, slightly off timing.
Well, Gogolazi grips the hands around the back, happy to keep that body lock. It's a very high up body lock.
Well, he could feel the hip, or the leg on his hip, Gogolazi. Pushes it behind him for full guard. There's a half butterfly now. Well, Romani looks pretty confident on the ground as well. Although he's on his back, he's not really doing much. You can just see how quick he moved them legs to get that butterfly. He's going to try for an elevation, I think. He's to try and work an underhook though.
Pushing those hips away. You saw Gogolazi, as soon as that half butterfly went in, he dropped his hips really low.
There's the submission attempts. Oh, nice sweep. That's exactly what you do. You go for the Kimura, they defend it, you sweep them onto mount position now. Well,
good groundwork here.
Good work though. Good work. Gogolazi manages to.
He's still not out of trouble from the back attack. But
there's the armbar. Romani gets a beautiful armbar. That is close and tight. Manages to turn his arm the opposite way.
Yeah.
Gogolazi now back into the dangerous position.
He's gone belly
Needs to
down.
Come across to the head. Needs to come over the head. There we go. Keep coming round even more so. If he can, get your left leg around.
Gogolazi doing a good job there. They've just managed to turn the hand.
There we go. Left leg's around. That's it.
The bend on the arm.
He's out of danger now.
But that shows the danger that Romani has from underneath.
Romani is now that's what you should do when you're on your back. Different level of fighters right here.
Gogolazi out of danger now. Onto the back himself. Powering that knee in. Romani trying to break the grip.
You said it just as I was going to say it, and we saw it. You push down, break the grip.
Oh, it was a knee to the spine there. He was complaining about.
It is illegal.
I was going to say it's illegal. And it's not very nice when it hits you on the base of the spine, that knee. Gogolazi trying to keep top position.
Screaming at Gogolazi. Well, Romani back to his feet. Needs to try and pummel in. There we go. Gets the guillotine. The guillotine. Oh, this is tight. He's got the guillotine sunk right in. Needs to get his legs behind. Gogolazi sees it, passes guard.
Again, well defended. He's postured up his back. Just managed to get past the half. Security are all over that corner there for Beka Gogolazi, which must have a quick glance around 8 people.
Yeah, there's a bit too many people in Gogolazi's corner, but they're all just trying to cheer the fighter on.
Big
from
support
Georgia.
Here.
Fighting a man from Belgium, so obviously the Georgian is home favourite and he's doing well right now, with both feet on the hips.
Yep, Romani
swinging for an armbar again. Just needs to get that leg over the head. He decides to leave it.
I mean, puts the feet on the hips, he switches the angle so well. He's very dangerous from underneath Liridon Romani. This is the kind of action we expect to see from flyweight fighters, don't we? And
well, it's the kind of action we see from two fighters who are skilled.
High-level professionals.
Yeah, it's not just a matter of one person being on the back and staying there for the rest of the round. This has been to and fro. At the moment now, I'm kind of thinking, right, what is Romani going to do?
Yeah.
What is he going to pull off? Is he going to pull off another submission? Is he going to reverse him? Is he going to end up in mount position? 10 seconds. So it's exciting. That's what fighting's all about.
That's it. And Gogolazi now, they're going to go back to the corners. Probably say that Romani might have took that round just with the attacks, the submission attacks.
Romani rubbing the back of his head constantly. He goes back to his corner.
But this is
whether that is a word to the referee to say, watch what he's doing. He's just hit me in the back of the head.
Yeah, well, I think there's a couple of punches to the back of the head, and there was the knee to the spine. All of them the referee needs to really have a look at, just so that they don't happen over and over. That was a lovely setup. He was going for the back because he had the elbow across, and as soon as he felt like he was going to lose the elbow, he put the leg over the head and went for the armbar. Lovely setup there, and that was a solid knee into the spine.
Credit to Gogolazi though, avoided that submission, that armbar beautifully, did the right thing, spun the legs around the head, come all the way around 360, manages to bend the arm the opposite way.
A contrast in styles in the corner work there. A lot shouting in the corner of Becca Gogolazi. Very calm and relaxed corner for Liridon Romani. Maybe a reflection of how the game plans are working out for the two sides.
Well, we're just making a note of the cornermen there. 2 allowed cage side. Well, at that moment in time there was 3. At one moment in time there was about 6 during the first round. But who can blame them? They're on the home turf. It's a home fighter from Georgia. But rules are rules. 2 cornermen in the corner, and here we go with round 2.
They both really know what to expect from each other now. The corners will have given them some instructions from what they've seen from outside, and I think it's fair to say the Gogolazi corner are wanting him to come out fired up. They want him to push the pace.
Well, Romani running around the cage now next. Jumping knee, but straight into a double. One of the dangers of a flying knee. But this man, Romani, takes risks.
Yeah, and he's looking to get those legs up high again.
Going to elevate, or is he going to triangle now?
Yeah, I think he's looking for the triangle. Gogolazi doing a good job of staying.
There's that Kimura sweep again he's looking for. Oh, nearly.
Yeah, I'd like to think he's not going to fall for that bump twice, but then he's gone straight into that sort of shoulder crunch position where he could have set up the armbar attack again. This is nice setting up of attacks, but what we see here in the second round compared with the first is he's not catching Gogolazi off guard with him. Gogolazi knew what was coming twice there. He's blocked moves that came off in the first round.
Well, like we said before, once bitten, twice shy. Gogolazi felt them in the first round. He's expecting them to happen again now in the second.
Breathing heavy now is Liridon Romani underneath. This is constant pressure from Becca Gogolazi on top.
Well, Romani, I think, tried to get back to his feet then. He had butterfly guard, managed to elevate slightly there. And again, there's the elevation. Doesn't manage to turn the hips though. Yeah. Elevate, turn the hips, manages to escape, but not this time.
Good wide base there from Gogolazi just to stay on top.
But what it's doing, it's making Gogolazi think, and because Gogolazi is thinking about the reversal, he is not throwing down any shots.
Well, we're halfway through the fight here now. Romani possibly edged the first round just with those submission attempts. Stuff. Really, this second round's been dominated by Gogolazi on top.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I say, he's felt the first round. He's felt what Romani has to give or what Romani has to offer, and he's countered.
Yeah, and I think the key thing is that he blocked the same 2 moves he fell for in the first round.
Exactly.
You know, that's
that
progression.
Was a big shot there. Taking his back now, we're back to his feet as Romani.
Romani had to let go of that Kimura grip because of the knee to the head.
What's that guillotine? High crotch and takedown. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice example of a high crotch takedown. Half guard.
You know, these are the things that are going to catch the judge's eye. In a round where he's been on top, but maybe not landing anything significant, a big pick up and slam and then back to that controlling position just seals it in the minds of the judges. I think we could be going into the third and final round here with each fighter around each.
Yeah, 1 each, I believe. Yeah, I totally agree.
But again,
Romani needs to try a different tactic. Are we going to get there,
Romani?
He needs to try a different tactic if it does go into round 3. A jumping knee, which is going to close the gap, is going to get you took down, which we saw.
Yeah, when you're a round up, a jumping knee might be worth a risk, but not when it's 50-50.
So he needs to be careful exactly what he's going to do now.
He's still working that hip guard, knees
40
up.
seconds.
Looking for that Kimura sweep again. The arm's right under his body. He's trying to sit up.
Well, let's see if Romani is a smart fighter. Let's see how he comes out in the third round. Will he explode, go forward and be took down? Or will he keep his distance and use his striking skill? His foot movement was beautiful in round one. His timing was just slightly out. Well, we're about to find out, because this is the end of round two.
Well, that's a round each on my card here. And first round, I gave to Liridon Romani, just with the attacks from underneath, that close armbar. And then round number two goes to Beka Gogolazi, that big pick up and slam, and the control from top position. Here we're going to see the replay.
That just missed. That pieced his ear. That's that one. That was so close.
It was tight, and then there we saw the attempts again at the sweep, the things that were nicely blocked, and then I think we're going to see this big pick up and slam here. Right up, turned him over and slammed him on his back. Lovely round there for Beka Gogolazi. And we're going to go into round three, one apiece, I think. Touch gloves, and we will go the third and final round. Again, very vocal corner work here for the Georgian corner. Nice low kick early on from Romani.
Romani's like a coiled spring. I just hope he's not going to dive forward. Gogolazi will just wait for that and get the takedown. Or is he going to stay on the outside?
I think Gogolazi's waiting to counter. I think Romani's going to be a little cleverer this round.
Well, you would think. You would think.
He knows he lost that last round, so he's got to. And then he steps in with that leg. Just left his leg in there, Ian, for the take-in. And
it was like a punch jab. That was a taekwondo punch jab. Step in, you hit them with the jab. That's it. You score a point. But it's no good. You're leaving yourself in danger. In danger it was. He's now on his back.
Still back to that hip guard. He likes to keep those 2 feet on the hips, his knees tight.
He needs to kick free, but can't really kick him away because Gogolazi's got both hands around the waist.
Again, you see Romani trying to work an angle. Gogolazi's holding him close. He's getting the foot back onto the hip, so again goes to that hip guard with a half butterfly. And again, like you said, he needs to try and push the hips away, and then he can try to lift and elevate. The one thing with him, with Gogolazi being grabbed around his waist, is if you can get those hips away, all the weight's down on the head area, so it makes the hips light so you can get the sweep.
Well, the referee did tell both fighters he wants to see some action, but trying to get elevation there with the butterfly. Let's see if we can swing into a leg lock. Gogolazi going for a guillotine from top position.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of pressure on, trying to break the posture.
To one-handed guillotine. Romani is doing everything he possibly can to get away from this position, but just not doing enough to get away.
Well, I think a lot of this, towards the end of the second round and now in the third round, is down to the conditioning of Beka Gogolazi. You know, he's just working harder. He looks like the fitter, stronger fighter out of the two. Romani looks exhausted. He did attack a lot in that first round. He looks completely exhausted here. Gogolazi there looking back to Mikhail Meski over in the corner. Referee
Well,
wants
good
to see
call.
more action.
Good call. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
Man from Belgium puts his gum shield back in. He looks determined. He's not got a lot of time.
Well, let's hope he doesn't step in with a jab again.
Yeah, he needs to not commit those legs.
Oh, there's that jumping knee, but he commits the body.
Yeah, it was a risk, and he's
Do you know
gone
what?
back
When
into the
the
clinch.
very first round, I saw the skill level of Romani, and I thought, oh, we've got something different here. You know what? We haven't.
Well, I think maybe that's down to the conditioning. He's just tired. I don't think he can pull off anything much.
When you're being grappled, the way he's being out-grappled, you don't close the gap like that. And we can see he's got striking ability. We see he's got the skill because he's using the Taekwondo stance. Takedown in his own corner.
Huge pick-up and slam there from Gogolazi.
Well, if he wanted to secure the round, I think he's just done it.
He's looking for the leg.
Trying to swing into a knee bar. Takes a big, big shot to the head. Got 20 seconds.
He's looking for that knee bar in.
Oh, he could be there. No,
from there, it'd be better switching over to a heel hook. He can lock the knees.
You can sit up now. There you go. Sit up, get the heel hook. That's there we go.
And there he goes. He's got a bite on that heel. He's not clamped the legs around the thigh. Was the problem.
It was there, but it wasn't there.
I think that's a pointless win for Beka Gogolazi, but we'll have to see how the judges score it. There was some submission attempts from Romani, first round, last round. And we see on the replay there, it was when Romani committed with the footwork, the Gogolazi took advantage, got the takedowns. And then the control from that top position again. Huge pick up and slam there. And then the heel hook attempt. No lock around that thigh. We'll hand over to Ian the Machine Freeman for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a unanimous decision. In favor of your winner, Beka Gogolazi!
Your winner on points by unanimous decision, Beka Gogolazi. Dropped the first round. I did feel he came back in rounds 2 and 3. Superior conditioning, good wrestling and top position technique. And we are ready for our main card here in Batumi.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank the event company Eclipse sponsor, Metro Holding and Vitamini.ge. The supporters of this tournament are Georgian Mixed Martial Arts National Federation and Ministry of Culture, Sport and Youth of Georgia. Also, Lasha Baramitsa and Georgi Kabilashvili. They would like to wish David Shevelitsi a very happy birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, we now start our main card of the evening, and this is in the featherweight division. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Petrov Likus.
Here we go, guys. You're watching Georgian Fighting Championship 23 Batumi Fight Night 2. This is the start of the main card here. And the first fighter making his way down to the blue corner for the featherweight professional contest is Patrick Likus. 21 years of age, fighting out of the MMA Tadors team in Katowice, Poland. 181 centimeters tall, is very tall for a featherweight fighter, weighing in on the limit and with a record of 2 wins and 2 defeats. Looks like he's got sponsor logos painted on him. For this fight. A hook from his corner team. So final instructions. He should be ready to enter the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome his opponent to the cage, Mehmet Suleimov.
Okay, so his opponent making his way down to the cage. It's a huge support here. Representing Batumi Fight Academy. Featherweight fighter with a record of 4 wins and 1 defeat. This is Mehmet Suleimov. Suleimov also making weight at 65.8 kilograms and he's 176 centimeters tall. So the height advantage of about 5 centimeters going to Patrick Likus of Poland.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the featherweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 21 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms. He stands 181 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 2 wins with 2 losses. Representing Matadors Fight Club from Katowice, Poland, Patrick Likus. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 24 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms. He stands 176 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 4 wins with 1 loss. Representing Batumi Fight Academy from Batumi, Georgia, please welcome Mehmet Suleimov. And your referee for this bout, Hadi Muhammad Ali.
So here we go, bout number 8 on the card. Another international contest between Ghaderi in the blue from Iran. Sorry, Likus from Poland in the blue and Suleimov from Georgia in the red. Getting excited, they're looking at the next bout.
You're looking at the wrong card.
Here we've got a big one coming up after this, but this is a big fight. These two featherweights. Likus tall for a featherweight in 181 centimeters.
Likus tall, I think that's the reason why he looks like a billboard. Does that mean that tall with that many sponsors? I have never seen that many sponsors on a fighter. That man is worth a couple of grand just standing right there. Well, but back with the fight action, both guys striking well.
He threw that left hook when he was shadow boxing before the fight. He's thrown it a few times now. It looks a good shot, but he's throwing it from out of distance.
Yeah, Likus switching stance left to right, orthodox to southpaw.
Nice right hand, but he used it to close distance, did Suleimov. So, I mean, you mentioned the sponsors here, and I think it's quite an important thing as well. I mean, I'm not sure what material they use to put that onto the skin, but as long as it's not slippy or affects the fight in any way, I suppose it's all right. I'm not really sure.
It's a massive thing in Poland, having these sponsors on the body. We see it a lot in other organisations.
Well,
sometimes I believe, though, it can take your mind off what's happening right now. You know, everybody's trying to see what the sponsors are, what's that on his body, and, you know, we're here to watch a fight. Like I said, we're not here to watch a billboard. I'm not a big fan of it, if I've got to be honest.
No, and well, there was a big right hand there from Suleimov, who's definitely not letting it distract him. Likus trying to defend against the fence. He's got that underhook. Nice wrist control and that right cross again from Suleimov.
Well, Likus 2-2. 1-2, lost 2, but he's shown a really good set of striking ability here. Fake the jumping knee. Oh, gets tagged with the left hook as I say that.
Yeah, powerful strikes from Suleimov. Shorter, more compact fighter.
Oh, question mark kick, looked well. Oh, that was a little bit low. That was in the under the belt.
Likus definitely with a larger vocabulary of shots he's thrown. Kicks to body and head, but then again it's the solid, powerful punches of Suleimov that are making the difference.
Oh, again with that right hand. Suleimov telling his opponent to come on, let's do it.
Yeah, getting frustrated at that backwards momentum. Chasing him down, trying to land the bigger shots. He doesn't want to give Likus room anyway, because Likus working like those spinning back kicks and things as soon as he gets a little bit of space. Dropping down for the sweep, and then again.
A little bit of showboating there. Again with that question mark kick. He throws it well, if I've got to be honest. It's the defence that he's not so good at. The attacks he looks good. Defending the punches, not so well.
Yeah, 2 nice calf kicks inside, outside. But it's that nice punch to the body, then up to the head that I like from Mehmet Suleimov.
Oh, that was right. Oh, that rocked him. He didn't like that one. That was right on the chin.
Yeah, he's swinging him a little bit now. into the last minute of this round. But Mairbek Suleimov is landing more and more consistently here.
Just like that. Looked like he was going to do a spinning back kick or a spinning back fist there. Likus stepped in.
Just seems to take his foot off the gas. Mairbek Suleimov. He had some good success.
Oh, nice right hook.
There was a nice body kick as well there from Likus to finish that round. So here we go with the replay here. Some good action in that first round. Mairbek Suleimov coming forward, consistently working and just landing probably the better shots of the two, but a huge variety of shots from Patrick Likus. Calf kicks, sweeps, spinning back kicks, the question mark kick, which he repeatedly landed. I think it edged towards Suleimov, but definitely some good work from Likus himself.
Yeah, totally agree. Suleimov with the more power shots, the more skill level attacking. I'll go for Likus. Likus just needs to move his head that little bit more when he's being attacked.
Touch of gloves will go into the second round here. Likus in the blue, Suleimov in the red. That tape around the gloves indicating the corners.
Oh, he goes for a takedown. Well, that's given something to think about. Oh, Suleimov fires back hard though. Well, Suleimov knows that he's rocked him slightly.
Yeah.
Switching stance now, Suleimov.
I do think this fighting in the pocket like this suits Suleimov more than it does Likus, but it's Likus that's initiating the change. Just clipped there by a swinging left hand. And now he backs Likus up to the fence.
Yeah, he backs him up and then takes a step back. He needs to come forward with it.
When you put, 100%.
Yeah, when you put somebody's back up against the cage, you can't take off a step back.
It lands the good shots, and Likus even looks in his face a little bit worried. But he's back to the fence, and then Suleimov just lets him off the hook.
That's a bit better work right on the inside.
Long left hand to the body attempt by Likus, just falls short.
There's that spinning back fist. He was going to set that up in the first round, but decided not to. I could see his body half turn.
Again, half hard. He comes up with a knee to head. It's like he doesn't want to quite commit, and I think Likus needs to commit with these strikes if he's going to keep Suleimov off him.
Likus worked to the body, but paid for it.
Yeah, he's much better when he's on the front foot, Suleimov, throwing a combination of shots. He works from the head up, the body up to the head. Each time you feel like he's just getting on top, he just takes a breather.
Yeah, I've noticed that, Ian. Oh, trying to throw a reverse elbow.
Well, they've had a good night tonight at the Batumi Fight Academy. I'm sure Suleimov will want to continue this run.
Oh, nicely done. Let's see what he has on the ground.
Well, that was, again, a nice switch up a technique. Caught
And you weren't
Suleimov
expecting
off
it
guard.
as well. That's why Suleimov ended up on his back. He was not expecting it. You stand toe-to-toe for half a round, then all of a sudden, double leg. Oh, he got tagged on the way in, Likus.
Well, that's what you were talking about with the fighters earlier, isn't it, Ian? Kick them off, make space, and he was straight back to his feet. I mean, that's well practiced there from Suleimov. A nice punch and then a sit back and punch again there from Likus.
Nice, hard body kick. Likus does have good attacks.
But like you said, Ian, he's got good attacks, but it's the defence where he seems to be lacking. I think that came out there, the gum shield came out, it was just the heavy breathing of Likus. He's got his mouth open, he's tired, and the gum shield dropped out. Up against the fence now, Suleimov pressuring, trying to get that wrist control that he was using in the first round against the fence.
Now, see the forearm across the face, that's exactly how you should work it. And you can actually turn them from that position as well.
Yeah, and that's what you were asking for earlier, make that kind of space. You can definitely push them down, especially when, you know, fighters like Likus, you often see the knees coming up from that position. Looking for the trip now is Suleimov. We know Suleimov's got good wrestling. He's not really used it. He was actually caught off guard.
Any of his grappling. As you say that, he dropped for a double.
Well, I think this is the sort of switch-up that can change a fight. But again, the aggression from underneath comes from
nice
Likus.
elbows, short elbows from the bottom. No attacks from top position. There we go. 10 seconds to go.
And there we go, the end of 2 rounds here. Frustration on the face there of Mairbek Suleimov. Likus has had some good work. You know, and we'll probably see that here. He lands some good strikes. Sometimes out of distance with his spinning attempts, but at least he's working. Mairbek Suleimov hasn't really switched things up. Again, there you see Likus is the one that changes things, gets that takedown. I just think there's been a bit more the consistent top position and things from Suleimov. I'd just like to see him try to get the finish.
Well, he's got 1 round to do it. But does he need a finish? Will he just ride this round out? Here we go, 3rd and final round. Show of respect. Let's see who wants this more. And it looks like Likus. Oh, nicely done.
Yeah, well, he threw the strikes, then changed things up again. And that was a nice takedown to start the round.
Well, he was active from the bottom. Let's see if he's active from top.
Suleimov just locking
Suleimov trying to push the arm through. Well, he's going to try and work for a triangle. You can see him trying to use his left hand to push it through the legs.
Looking for that sweep now. Posturing up, standing up. There's Likus. He's going to look to try and pass. Chop away at those legs.
Well, this is what happened in round 2. But Suleimov got back to his feet.
Likus is staying on him now, not giving him that space to stand back up.
Referee will step in and let them stand.
Well, Likus happy to drop down into that guard again there. The foot was on the hip. He dropped down into the full guard. Suleimov pushing under the chin, Trying to get a sweep.
There we go.
Back up.
The tagged on the way up, but at least he's up.
Nice left hand and into the clinch. Again, another close round, Ian. Both fighters having success. And thinking over the last 2 rounds, each has been very close.
And it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I mean, we've just seen Likus getting a beautiful takedown, more aggressive at the beginning. That big takedown, and the second one by the looks of it. Here we go. No, didn't quite manage to get it.
Into the...
But he's initiating all the moves right now as Likus.
Yep, into the Georgian corner. Corner screaming for what they want. They certainly seem to want their man to take Likus down. There's some pressure down on that whizzer. Got Likus there, deep underhook, and then powers the shoulder in with the strikes.
Good separation. 2 minutes to go. Third and final round. Who wants this more?
Nice overhand right from Likus.
Again with that drive. Power double.
Well,
Suleimov looks a little bit tired right now.
You just said who wants it more, and it does look like Likus is the one again initiating the attacks. That scoring's got to go in his favour. It's just, has it been a little bit too late? I think the earlier scoring definitely in the favour of Suleimov. Likus looking back over at his own corner there for instructions. I think the whole rest of the room is shouting for Mairbek Suleimov.
Figure 4. We've got to work the straight arm lock from here. He's trying. Very hard to submit somebody from the straight arm lock, but it can be done.
Yeah, well now...
Well, we're under a minute and 50 seconds to go. And I think it's been total dominance this third round for Likus.
He has, and he's looking for a naked choke.
Will he get that hand free?
Both hooks in. Well, he's got the more important, deeper bottom hook.
Suleimov's going to turn into him here. Shuley's going to try to turn into him.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, he's managed to get the other hook in.
There. He's got the
this could be dangerous.
26 seconds left.
Good defense.
Suleimov doing everything he can to defend the submission. That was well defended there. That arm was deep
Triangle
under the
body
neck.
lock right now. It'll be very hard to get Likus off his back with 10 seconds to go. Pure domination this third round. Has he done enough though?
This is going to be a close decision here. And we'll hand over to the judges. We weren't scoring that fight round by round, so it makes it difficult looking back. We're just trying to remember the bits that stood out to us on the commentary. And I'm sure we're going to see some of these right now. Again, there you see those punches out at distance just to hide the takedown attempt. It wasn't an attempt, it was finished. And then here, Likus stood on top, working the strikes, then the takedown again. He powered in. Just outworked his opponent later in the fight. It's just how much was done early on by Mairbek Suleimov. We'll hand over to Ian the Machine Freeman for the official decision. Very, very close fight here in Batumi, Georgia.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a unanimous decision. In favor of your winner, Mairbek Suleimov!
Winner on point, Mairbek Suleimov. A very close fight and a good learning fight for both these two young fighters. Celebrations and huge crowd support here for Mairbek Suleimov.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is in the welterweight division. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Farzad Ghaderi.
You're watching Georgian Fighting Championship 23. We're live from Batumi in Georgia. This is the fight I mistakenly announced early on because this is a fight I'm really looking forward to. The most experienced fighter on the card here, Farzad Ghaderi, making his way down to the cage. He represents the Red Dragon team in Mazandar, Iran. The record of 16 wins and 12 losses. Stands 183 centimeters tall, fighting in the welterweight division, 77 kilograms, 38 years old. Lots of experience behind him and still in amazing shape. Ghaderi is a very, very solid wrestler.
And ladies and gentlemen, now welcome his opponent to the cage, Gigoli Natashvilli.
So his opponent making his way down to the red corner. He's been very impressive in his professional career to date. Gigoli Natashvilli is 23 years old. He has a mixed martial arts record of 5 wins and 1 defeat, representing the Guram Fight Club and fighting out of Kareli in Georgia. Georgians had some very impressive performances here on GFC. Solid, powerful fighter. Good submissions, good wrestling and good striking. Very well rounded. I think he's going to have to be careful of the wrestling of Ghaderi. It'll be interesting to see if he can use his strikes against the taller man to keep him away.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the welterweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 38 years old. He weighed in at 77.1 kilograms. He stands 183 centimeters tall and has an impressive professional record of 16 wins with 12 losses. Representing Red Dragon Team, from Mazandar, Iran, please welcome Farzad Ghaderi. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 23 years old. He weighed in at 77.1 kilograms. He stands 175 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 5 wins with 1 loss. Representing Guram Fight Club, from Georgia, Georgi Grizzly Natashvilli. And your referee for this bout, Vusal Beramov.
I'm very excited about this bout. It's a welterweight professional contest. We have Ghaderi in the blue, Natashvilli in the red. Two solid welterweight fighters here.
Natashvilli is strong. He normally starts off very aggressive.
He's got to be wary of that wrestling of the taller man though here.
Well, it's an impressive record. His opponent, Ghaderi, from Iran, not starting off as aggressive as normal.
This is a good test at the right time in his career, I think, for Natashvilli. 5-1, and he's taking on someone with a lot of experience.
Well, I have to be honest, before his loss, he used to come out firing, used to come out throwing bombs and trying to finish the fight as quick as he could. Maybe that loss has learned him a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of patience.
Yeah, maybe a more calculated attack. He goes high with the kick. Ghaderi steps off it. Ghaderi, being a good wrestler, we've not seen any of it yet. He's working, he's striking, he's doing it quite effectively.
Well, that's how Natashvilli gained the name Grizzly, because when he attacks, it's like a grizzly bear. He just rips you apart. We've seen him win fights in seconds because he comes out explosive, but looking more like a seasoned fighter right now.
Nice lead high kick from Ghaderi. Switching stances, Natashvilli. He's gone to southpaw, switching back to orthodox. Really having trouble with the reach here of Ghaderi. Ghaderi still...
Oh, that was better. Tagged him with the left hook. Big swing for the uppercut.
Yeah, he scooped that uppercut.
That low calf kick as well from Ghaderi.
Ghaderi's leg is caught.
There's the wrestling now. Oh, he grabs the fence.
Yeah, Natashvilli so strong in the clinch there. He grabbed his legs. Didn't matter whether he held on, he ripped him away.
Powerful ground and pound. I'd like to see him posture and throw the ground and pound that we know him for.
At the moment, he's driving that forehead in.
Nice control of the arms from top position. Hands on the inside. Posting off on the biceps.
Yeah, at the moment, Ghaderi trying to control that underhook and trying to control the head. Natashvilli just pressuring forward and is looking to get that head clear to there he goes with the elbow. Nicely working his arms back into
nice
inside position.
Short punch, short little elbow there from the Grizzly.
Driving in. Well, you'd think in nearly 30 fights, Ghaderi's going to know how to survive. He'll have been in these positions before in his career, and he's doing a good job, really, of just negating any of the attacks here from Natashvilli.
Natashvilli, I'm very surprised he hasn't postured up and thrown some bombs. We've seen him fight many times, Ian. We've had the pleasure of commentating on his fights. Normally he postures, and the power he generates with that short, stocky body that he has. But at the moment, he's quite happy to stay quite close to his opponent, which again negates some of the power you can throw.
Well, the referee's looking on carefully. If there isn't loads of action, he will stand them back up. And it does seem like Ghaderi is just tying him up from underneath. He's not really trying to work, and that could instigate the referee at a stand-up.
The guard's wide open as well. Natashvilli wants to pass there, some nice elbows. This is what he's known for. Powerful shots, but he throws a lot in a short space of time.
Again, locking up tight from underneath Ghaderi.
There's a half pass.
Yeah, he's got that knee through, pinning that bottom leg to the canvas.
There we go, beautiful. That was a great guard pass. Textbook.
Sits forward, looking to go to mount. Now he's gone back seated forwards again. Switching base nicely. But again, you see Ghaderi holding on, getting that grip around the head, just trying to stop the attack. That was a nice elbow.
See, now that he's heard the 10-second knock, he's managed to move up. Maybe he could have done this
got
earlier.
The guillotine.
The guillotine.
Like a 10-finger guillotine there, Ian. Good aggressive attack there towards the end from Natashvilli, who certainly took that round.
Yeah, pure domination. A little bit slow to start off. Good wrestling at the end. And nearly finished off with a submission.
Yeah, so there was a nice inside low kick from Ghaderi. Then we saw the dominance from top position from Natashvilli, who had a great takedown. Very aggressive, powerful takedowns we see, and there we see the elbows from top position. And here, finishing off with his attack on the guillotine. Tried to pull him up for that 10-finger guillotine. You saw Ghaderi there sit through just to displace the weight. Four men there in the corner again. Natashvilli.
Hey, you're in your hometown, why not? Let's just go for it. Or should I say a home country? Referee's having a word about the elbow to the back of the head. The corner men are complaining on the side of Ghaderi.
Natashvilli is dying to come out here, Ian. He doesn't want to take a backward step. He wants to start this round aggressive.
Well, let's see if there's any change. Round two.
Again, still a patient start. That was a big scooping uppercut again from Ghaderi. And it's shots like that, they might not be the most dangerous or accurate shots, but they do stop the opponent coming in as fast.
It makes you think. That's what it does. It makes you think. It was a nice circle and abandonment from Ghaderi. Got defended the takedown of that single leg. Oh, that's better work.
Nice shots. He went for that head kick again. I saw that. It was close in the first round. It's impressive to get his leg up so fast. The height disadvantage that Natashvilli has.
Oh, body kick. Natashvilli acknowledges that one. Both guys swinging now.
Some solid hooks there as he came in and closed the distance. Some venom, I think, after that body kick.
Needs to start checking those leg kicks. Oh, that dropped him.
Big shot.
Him.
Huge
It's
shot.
over.
The referee's jumped in.
Oh, my word. Well, the referee thought they were going to start fighting again. It's a show of respect.
That was a big bomb for Natashvilli there that turned things around in the clinch.
Oh, that was nice to watch. That was nice to watch. The referee, he didn't know what to do, but yeah, a show of class, big punches, and that's the Grizzly that we know.
Let's watch this now. So again, it was Ghaderi was coming forward. Nice defense there from Natashvilli, and it was that right hand lifting up the head. And then I think that was a right hook, and then it drops down to the floor. Maybe 3 or 4 ground and pound shots. And a very happy Georgi Natashvilli, who won a fight there against a much more experienced fighter in Ghaderi.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute 27 seconds of the second round, we have a winner by the way of technical knockout, Georgi Natashvilli.
მოგესალმებით ბათუმი. მინდა ყველას დიდი მადლობა გადაგიხადოთ მობრძანებისთვის, გულშემატკივრობისთვის, თითოეულ სპორტსელს გვერდში უდგახართ. ეს ჩვენთვის ძალიან დიდი თანადგომაა. არ შემიძლია უღრმეს მადლობა არ გადაუხადო შერეული ფედერაციის პრეზიდენტს გიორგი კაბულაშვილს და ასევე ლაშა ბარამიძეს. ამ ხალხმა ამ ტურნირის გაუწიეს ორგანიზება და მათ გამო გამოვიდა ეს ყველაფერი ასეთი ლამაზი და კარგი. ასევე ჩემი გუნდის თითოეულ წევრს გენაცვალეთ, ყველა ძალიან მიყვარხართ. აღარ ჩამოვთვლი შეიძლება ვინმე გამოვჩეს. რაული, მიშა, ყველა ჩვენი ტრენერები, ბალა, ამირანი, ასევე თითოეული სპორტსმენი. ყველას გენაცვალეთ, გულში ხართ ყველა. მალე ჩემს თამაში ხირავთ. ეს ლუცი.
Ladies and gentlemen, Georgi Grizzly! Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a middleweight bout. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Denis Agulo.
You're watching Georgian Fighting Championship 23, and we are bout number 9. This fighter making his way down to the blue corner is fighting out of the Vaikoshov Academy in Kharkiv, Ukraine. He's a middleweight fighter with a record of 3 wins and 3 defeats. 25 years old. This is Denis Agulo.
And now welcome his opponent to the cage, Gigoli.
I'll look over at the corner, Denis Abolu, and he looks a little shell-shocked looking in, seeing all the crowd going, trying to keep his head focused here as the intimidating figure of Tornike Gigoli is about to enter the cage.
This is a GFC bout in the middleweight division. Now please welcome your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 25 years old. He weighed in at 83.9 kilograms. He stands 188 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 3 wins with 3 losses. Representing Kharkiv, Ukraine, please welcome Denis Abolu. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 26 years old. He weighed in at 83.9 kilograms. He stands 187 centimeters tall and has a perfect professional record of 5 wins with no losses. Representing Guram Fight Club from Tbilisi, Georgia, Tornike Gigoli. Your referee for this bout, Bojan Zhumanov.
Two evenly matched fighters again here on paper, but Agulo looks a little shell-shocked. The confidence, the entrance, everything in favour of Gigoli.
Yeah, that entrance was just something different, wasn't it? The orange suit, the chains, the shackles.
Solid.
And again, the confidence in the striking, Ian.
Yeah, two solid kicks to start things off here and a jumping kick.
Firing back with kicks of his own.
Agulo inside low. He looked nervous, but he's settling into this a little bit now.
Gigoli nice and light on his feet.
I think Agulo will grow in confidence
on his feet
as he goes. I think, oh, that big shot.
Oh, that caught him.
He's wobbled him.
Well, he went for the takedown instead of trying to finish off with punches.
Holding on to the shorts is Gigoli. Referees warned him. He rocked him there, but he got caught himself underneath his left eye.
I think that he's wincing a little. I think that's why he went for the clinch.
Yeah, I do think he landed a better shot, but maybe he didn't know he landed a better shot. Sometimes when you get hit as well, you don't realise how good yours was.
There's the power shot. Nice duck under and double, but what a reversal.
Lovely power.
Timed that beautiful.
He's got the neck round the back.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. I think the chin's still on the inside, but that can still submit you.
You can still finish it here.
That can still submit you.
That's tight on his back.
The squeeze is hard.
See how he's arching.
Good defense, good defense. Well, he's here to fight Agulo. He's not allowing this to happen easily.
Nice, pulling those arms off, peeling them off. Keeping that chin in. Trying to stay relaxed here again. He peels off the top arm. And there's a swap of arms.
Yeah.
That one's deeper.
This is deeper. This is deeper. Oh, but again, good defense by Agulo. Oh, just a matter of time, I think. And he has a lot of time to do it in. But will it burn the arms out?
Constantly peeling the arms off.
Gigoli now. Oh, that's it. He tapped. He tapped. That unbeaten perfect record now goes to 6.
Rear naked choke in the very first round there. And Agulo, who looked a little bit nervous and worried with the walk down of Gigoli, settled into that fight a little, landing some decent shots. But Gigoli showing there he's not just got the striking, but the grappling as well. As soon as he saw the opportunity to get round the back. Aggressive ground and pound. Nice reversal there of the takedown. And then this solid rear naked choke. Agulo defending when well, peeling the arm off.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes 36 seconds of the first round, we have a winner due to tap out to rear naked choke, Torturenava Gigoli!
Rear naked choke victory for Gigoli, and we have 2 title fights coming up. A bantamweight title fight, fought over 5-minute rounds for the event.
Ყველას ორგანიზებისთვის, დაფასებისთვის ეს კიდევ აღნიშნავ ჩვენთვის ძალიან ბევრს ნიშნავს თქვენი ჩვენთან დგომა. მადლობას მოუხდი ბათუმს მასპინძლობისთვის, მადლობა ეკლიპს ქვეშ დგომისთვის ვიტამინი G-ს, ლაშა ბარამიძეს, ამ მაგარ ადამიანს ლაშა და ჩვენს ფედერაციის პრეზიდენტს გიორგი კაბულაშვილს, ვისის წყალობითაც აქ ვარ და ბრძოლობთ. და კიდე რა მინდა ვთქვა, ამ რამოდენიმე დღის უკან აქ ბათუმში უბედური შემთხვევით ჩვენი მეგობარი ბიჭი დავკარგეთ მიშო ჯალაბაძე და მინდა ეს გამარჯვება მის ხსოვნას მიუძღვნა ძალიან მაგარი ბიჭი იყო გაიხარეთ რა მიყვარხართ გულში კარგად
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time to Nikki! Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank Company Eclipse and our sponsors, Metro Holding, Vitamine.ge. The supporters of the tournament are the Georgian Mixed Martial Arts National Federation, Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth of Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a title bout in the Bantamweight division. This will consist of five-minute rounds. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Alperen Karabulos.
You're watching Georgian Fighting Championship 23 and it's time for the co-main event of the evening. The first of our two title fights here in Batumi, Georgia. This first fighter you see walking down to the cage from Sivas in Turkey, representing the Gure Fight Academy. Alperen Karabulos is 18 years old and already has an impressive record of 9 wins and 2 defeats. He's here to represent Turkey and fight for the Bantamweight Georgian Fighting Championship title.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome his opponent to the cage, Gocha Chianitsa!
His opponent making his way down to the red corner. Some huge support and applause. Representing Batumi Fight Academy. Right here in Batumi, Georgia is Gocha Chianitsa. Chianitsa, 21 years old. Weighing on the championship weight for this title fight, 61.2 kilograms. 170 centimeters tall, with a perfect professional record. 4 fights, 4 wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC title bout in the Bantamweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner, This fighter is 18 years old. He weighed in at 61.2 kilograms. He stands 165 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 9 wins with 2 losses. Representing Gogolazi Fight Academy from Sivas, Turkey, please welcome Alperen Karabulos. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 21 years old. He weighed in at 61.2 kilograms. He stands 177 centimeters tall and has an unbeaten professional record of 4 wins and no losses. Representing Batumi Fight Academy from Batumi, Georgia, Gocha Shinadza.
Come on, you both know the rules. Listen to my command all the time. Protect yourself. If I say stop, you stop. Let's touch gloves. Have a freaking fight.
Georgian Fighting Championship 23. This is the Bantamweight title fight between Karabulos in the blue and Shinji in the red. Touch of gloves and straight into a shoot to Shinji. He's got the double leg, he's got the takedown. He's made his intentions clear from the very start of this 5-minute rounds. Trying to pull the wrist out. Well done getting to his feet is Karabulos. Again, the takedown. I think they hit one of the microphones at cage side there. A big boom as they dropped down. And what you can see here, actually, is Karabulos on the bottom was trying to work his legs over to try and get the back. Trying to get that hook over. Shinji on top. Trying to hold on to that top position with a deep right uppercut. Punching in with that left hand. Holding with the right. He switched that right hand onto the hip. And into the full guard now for Karabulos as this kind of settles the position. Shinji on top. Needs to posture up. His head's being controlled by Karabulos underneath.
Well, haven't we seen this a lot tonight, Ian? The fighters in the guard have always had the head down close. I know it's hard to inflict pain and obviously cut somebody when their head is so close to yours. But that's what he needs to do, posture. Ground and pound can only be done with posture.
This is better
Strong,
work now.
Powerful ground and pound, that is.
You can see Karabulos trying to overhook the arms, trying to pull him down close. Shinji powers a punch into the body. Can he get that head clear for a sustained attack?
Oh, nearly trying to get back to his feet there.
Shinji controlling the ankles.
Shinji could have passed if he wanted. Again, another fighter comfortable to go into the guard. This is for a title fight, and we do have 5-minute rounds.
Well, they've started at a pace that doesn't suggest that either wants to go 5-minute rounds.
Nobody wants to go 5-minute rounds.
Horrendous.
Definitely not me. Passes through the half guard again. He could step through all the way. There we go. Side control. But will he stay in side control? This is good. He's got the Dagestan wrist control from the back.
Dagestani handcuff.
That's the one. The Dagestani handcuff. Very hard to escape that.
Yeah, nice. And he's used that to get the back. This is good work here from the local fighter. On the back, 2 minutes left, Ian, in this first round.
I think he's finding it hard to get his hands. Oh, it's free. I thought it was because he had the handcuff. He couldn't leave go. Now he's going to.
Yeah, I think he flattened him down onto his own arm.
On his own hand. It was hard. He's going to try and work for the armbar.
Yeah, looking for the triangle there for a second. But you saw Karabulos got his arm back in.
From the mount. You're going to win the title either way, whichever way. This is strong,
huge punches. Ian, that's solid ground and pound. That is some real mean intentions. Look at this.
Together. The referee he's going to push off the cage.
Yeah, referee.
Needs to be careful.
He's giving him every chance, but there's nothing coming back, Ian.
Now he's in difficulty.
The referee could step in here any minute. Huge shots.
There we go.
That is a big ground and pound finish.
Title fight.
Gogolazi is the Bantamweight champion. A dominant first round performance from him. He had 5-minute rounds if he needed them. He didn't even need one. Solid performance there against a good fighter. Here we see the replay. Gotcha trying to get the takedown, pulls the leg out. And then powerful ground and pound punches inside the guard. He took the back, then mount, and then start to force these ground and pound. Every single shot looking to finish. Brutal ground and pound from Gogolazi here, winning the co-main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 minutes 48 seconds of the very first round, we have a winner to referee stoppage 2 ground and pound, and your new GFC Bantamweight champion, Gogolazi. And awarding the belt is GFC Vice President Torturenava and Lasha Baramitsa, founder of Batumi Fight Academy.
ყველას ძალიან დიდი მადლობა აქ მოსვლისთვის, ჩემი მხარდაჭერისთვის, ჩემი გუნდების მხარდაჭერისთვის და ყველა ქართველი სპორტსმენის გვერდში დგომისთვის. არ ვიცი, 2 წლის წინ ალბათ როცა ამ სპორტში დავიწყე ვარჯიში, წარმოდგენაც არ მქონდა და არც მიფიქრია, რომ ჩემი სამომავლო კარიერა ამ გზით განვითარდებოდა და მით უმეტეს თუ ქამარს მოვიგებდი ოდესმე. მაგრამ სულ რაღაც 3 თვეში როცა ვარჯიში დავიწყე, მე ეს ამბიციები გამიჩნდა. დღეს ხედავთ, რომ ჩემი პირველი დიდი გეგმა, დიდი მიზანი, რომელიც დავისახე, შევასრულე და ძალიან ბედნიერი ვარ ამისთვის. რა თქმა უნდა, ამ გზაზე ბევრი ხელშემწყობი ადამიანი ყავდა, რომელმაც გვერდში დამიდგა და მეხმარა, როგორც იყო ხვიჩა ქორიძე, ბევრჯერ მithქვამს, რომ ყველაფერი მე მისგან ვისწავლე. ასევე ლაშა ბარამიძე, რომელმაც ჩვენს გუნდს ჩაუყარა საფუძველი და რა თქმა უნდა, GFC-ის პრეზიდენტს გიორგი კაბულაშვილს, რომელმაც არა მხოლოდ მე, არამედ მთელ აქ ვის დღეს იჭყობა და არა მარტო დღეს მისცა საშუალება რომ თავი წარმოეჩინა ისეთ ორგანიზაციაში, რომელიც ბევრ ქვეყანაში არ არის. რა თქმა უნდა, მადლობა ამ ადამიანებს, მადლობა ჩემს გუნდს, ბათუმის საბრძოლო აკადემიას და ვიტყვი რომ ეს ყველაფერი მხოლოდ დასაწყისია, წინ დიდი გეგმები მაქვს და ყველაფერს გავაკეთებ, ძალიან ბევრს ვიშრომებ და უფრო მოტივირებული ვიქნები. და ასევე დღეს არა მხოლოდ მე, არამედ ჩემი გუნდელი, ჩემი მეგობარი რუსლან ბოლქვაძე ჭყობს და მინდა რომ ყველა ძალიან ხნედ უგულშემატკივროთ და იმედი მაქვს რომ დღეს 2 კამრით დავტოვებთ ამ ადგილს. ყველას ძალიან დიდი მადლობა.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new champion, Gusha Shiratsa. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Petrov.
To the blue corner to challenge for the Georgian Fighting Championship, a lightweight title. 5 5-minute rounds of action.
And now welcome his opponent to the cage, Volpata.
So his opponent and the last fighter making his way down to the cage tonight is Ruslan Volpata. Volpata fighting out of Batumi Fight Academy here in Batumi, Georgia, with a record of 8 wins and 3 defeats. He's a lightweight fight, standing 170 centimeters tall, 177 centimeters tall. So both these fighters, identical height, very similar experience. Again, we see the home crowd advantage, the support for Ruslan Volpata, and that has really helped some of the fighters here earlier on tonight. Final checks by the assistant referees, and we are going to have another 5 5-minute rounds of action if this goes the distance.
and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And this is a GFC title bout in the lightweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 25 years old. He weighed in at 70.3 kilograms. He stands 177 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 5 wins with 2 losses. Representing CS8 Team Moldova, Ion Petrov. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 23 years old. He weighed in at 70.3 kilograms. He stands 177 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 8 wins and 3 losses. Representing Batumi Fight Academy from Batumi, Georgia, Rashvandi Volpata.
Listen to me all time. When I say stop, you stop. Touch gloves. Good luck.
You're watching George.
And your referee for this bout, Azimov.
This is the main event of the evening. It's the lightweight title fight fought over 5 5-minute rounds.
Here we go. 5 rounds on the line for this GFC lightweight title. Well, starting off fast. Volpata has his opponent up against the cage.
Yeah, Volpata looking for the takedown here, pressuring in. We see nice defense there from Petrov, who's holding on to the wrist. He's got the overhook whizzer. Trying to keep control there. Volpata pushing against the shorter fighter, trying to use that power, the head underneath the chin. Drops down for the legs. Petrov catches him with that overhook. Grabs around the leg, tries to pull the leg out. Again, Petrov's defending here against the fence, but that is what he's doing here, defending. Volpata looking to switch down to the legs, comes up to the head. He's got his hands linked behind. Gives up on that, switches down to a single. Again, chaining together these wrestling techniques, trying to get the takedown. Petrov trying to keep the head above his opponent's head and put the weight down. He's looking for the guillotine now. Keeping one underhook. Volpata swapping from leg to leg with a single. Looking to pull those legs away from the fence. For now, Petrov staying stood up against the fence. How long can he defend like this for? Again, using that wrist control and the overhook. The referee wants to see more action. There is quite a lot of action here where Volpata switching, trying to get the takedown. We've now seen a swap of positions as Petrov backs Volpata against the fence. Now we'll get to see the defense from Ruslan, who used the underhook to switch. And again, as he drops down for the legs, you see Petrov get the underhook himself, lift him back up. Powerful knee from Volpata into the midsection. All the crowd here in Batumi, Georgia, behind Ruslan Boltvadze in this title fight. Solid knee to the body, and again drops down to try to pull the legs out. The referee clapping his hands, asking for more action. And again, that spurs Petrov into getting the turn, looking for the attack himself. Very evenly matched, these two. Boltvadze at the moment just getting the better of the control against the fence. Solid work with the head again underneath. Driving that head in underneath the chin. Wraps around that leg, but he doesn't play. He got to his back there. He was trying to pull the leg away using the hook, and he actually fell down himself. Ended up with Petrov nearly getting top position, but Boltvadze has recovered. He's back up to his feet. We're going to the dying seconds now of this first round. And you'd have to say on the scoring that Boltvadze has controlled the majority of the fight against the fence. However, he's never really got the upper hand to the point where you could think he'd controlled the round. Coming up to the finish, and both fighters will go back to the corners for what could be the first of 4 bits of instruction. There's some complaints there from Boltvadze to his corner, complaining. I don't know whether he's saying that he slipped or that there was not enough grip on the ground. So here we see the replay, head underneath the chin. And then this is where he tried to trip the leg away, and it was a nice little switch of the hips from Petrov that ended up with Boltvadze on his back. Wafted him with a towel, just trying to cool down his fighter. And here we go, ready into the second round. So here we go, lightweight title fight here, Georgian Fighting Championship. This is the main event. Just checking the gloves there on Ruslan Boltvadze, and he will step back in for round number 2 against Ion Petrov of Moldova. Huge swings from Boltvadze to start round 2. Petrov tries to fire back. Swapping kicks, but that was, look, it was no intention there at all. It was both throwing opposite leg kicks, and that did land pretty clean between the legs. Ion Petrov will be given time to recover here if needed. I'm sure if you see the replay, that was a clean shin to groin contact. Referee giving him plenty of time. Ruslan Boltvadze has to stand in a neutral corner. He can't communicate with his corner during this break. You can see the corner telling him to keep his hands up. I think it's very wise advice when they're swinging the way they were. Ruslan is ready to continue. Boltvadze touches gloves, throws that front kick up. Petrov does the same thing, and that definitely stops fighters from wanting to drop in towards the legs when they know the front kick might come up. Big swings from both these guys. Both are looking to finish. Petrov powered a right hand in there. He's backing up Boltvadze now. And you can see why Boltvadze's corner would tell him to keep tight, as the big, powerful overhand rights from Petrov come in.
swinging every single punch with mean intentions. He walks forward, backs up Boltvadze. And he is swinging these shots, but nothing was really landing, connecting, clean, and Boltvadze reverses the wrestling, looking for those legs, pulls the leg away, finally gets him down to 4, but it's because I think Petrov was focusing on trying to get the guillotine choke. In the meantime, he's lost all control with his legs, which takes away the threat of the guillotine. So Boltvadze on top position, trying to stay past the knees, looking to get the back. Petrov does a good job of getting to his knees and then back up to his feet. Again, Boltvadze drops down for the legs. Petrov's burying his head. Again, you see the referee there clapping, asking for more action. This is quite a technical and draining attack, or attack and defense. You saw there Ruslan Boltvadze locked his left leg around. He made that mistake last time, and the switch to the hips from Petrov put him on his back. This time he gave up on it, and the back in open play. Still swinging short is Petrov. He's thrown some big punches. He's just slightly out of distance up to now. We're back to Ruslan Boltvadze pressuring against the fence, using that head. Eye on Petrov, trying to defend with a heavy whizzer. Boltvadze pushing, pressuring him against that fence. Switches down for the high crotch. Can he get the lift? That leg locked in of Petrov, stopping him, being able to lift him off the floor. A nice knee, and that knee dropped Boltvadze down to his knees. This is a grueling style of fight here. For me, Petrov slightly getting the better of the open play, the strikes. But as soon as it gets into the clinch, it's Boltvadze who's got the better clinch and controls Petrov against the fence. Nice left hook from Boltvadze. Boltvadze switches levels, looks for a double, accepts a single. Actually, from this angle, he went for a single, but he's having his wrist controlled by Petrov. Petrov switching between the wrist control and the underhook to defend this takedown. And constantly putting his chest and weight over the back of the head of Ruslan Boltvadze. Now, what that's going to do over five-minute rounds is really drain the energy out of Boltvadze. It's a grueling style of fighting anyway, but Petrov's doing a good job of continuously putting his chest on the back of the head of Boltvadze. Two rounds down. Ion Petrov getting the better of the striking. Ruslan Boltvadze getting the better of the clinch work against the fence. And the majority of the fight has been spent with that clinch work against the fence, which just slightly edged my rounds to Boltvadze for both 1 and 2. This is the Georgian Fighting Championship lightweight title fight. 2 rounds complete now out of 5.
The assistant's just making sure that the cage floor is dry, no slips, and we're ready to go with the third round. A touch of gloves. The first and second round have really been a very similar story. Petrov trying to land bombs slightly out of distance, and Boltvadze controlling him against the fence. But this time, Boltvadze's come out. He's trying to push back Petrov with the strikes. Petrov wants to match fire with fire. He's trying to wrestle Boltvadze down to the floor, but Boltvadze held the fence. Referee warned him. Petrov now gets that takedown. Can Petrov get round to the back? Boltvadze in nearly reverse position. Petrov stayed on top. Boltvadze trying to get to his knees. He wants to get stood back up. Gets his hips off the floor. Was cautious there about standing up quickly, probably the right thing to do. But in the meantime, Petrov has managed to wrap himself back around that leg. Locked on the near side leg and looking to control. Driving the left hand in, keeping the back. This is much better work from Petrov in round number 3. But there, just as I say that, Ruslan Boltvadze, to a huge cheer from the crowd, manages to reverse the position. Ruslan's back on top. He's got one hook in, controlling the back. Petrov drops that leg straight, back to his feet. And a nice reversal there. He had one underhook, one overhook, and he really lifted the underhook up, turned around, and then straight away Ruslan Boltvadze reverses the position again. Halfway through the 5-minute rounds now. Ruslan Boltvadze pulls the leg out. Couldn't quite reach the far ankle, and again, Ion Petrov back to his feet. Crowd here all behind Ruslan, trying to will him on, trying to will him to pull Petrov to the floor. And as they say that, he does, and he rags the leg out. Looking to get that hook in. Just can't quite keep Petrov controlled. Every time you feel like he has, Petrov manages to get the leg free. Gets back up to his feet. Petrov heavy on that whizzer again. Again, chest on the back of the head. Just draining Boltvadze, taking the energy out of him. Knees to the legs from Boltvadze. Ruslan Boltvadze trying to push the head up. As he does again, Petrov puts his chest over the back of the neck, tries to bury that head down. And this has been a real story of rounds 1, 2, and 3 in this position. Ruslan Boltvadze trying to get the dominance against the fence. Each time Petrov, although he's not winning the position, he's managing to get the chest over the back of the head and just really wear down Boltvadze. Coming into 9 seconds now of normal time of this fight. We're going to go into the championship rounds of 4 and 5. Knees there from Petrov. Maybe a little unfair, the referee there asking for more action. I think there's plenty of action and switches in position. It's just maybe not quite the excitement that he's wanting. But that is the end of 3 rounds there. Gogolazi looks exhausted. Here's we watch the replay. Both throwing punches out of distance, not really connecting. We had Petrov trying to dominate on the ground, and then Gogolazi managed to reverse the position. He did a really good job of getting back on top himself. And this fight might be a real test of wills as we go into rounds 4 and 5. Which fighter wants this the most? Petrov's definitely had the plan when he's been defending against the fence to put that weight on the back of the neck, the back of the shoulders. And how is that going to reflect in the energy levels of Gogolazi going into rounds 4 and 5? The referee now just drying off the fighters to make sure that the slippiness doesn't affect the outcome of the fight. Here we go with round number 4. This is a lightweight professional title fight over 5 5-minute rounds between Petrov in the blue and Gogolazi in the red. Nice solid low kick from Gogolazi to start this round, and another. 2 low kicks and a solid jab. And he gets the crowd cheering for him. He also gets Petrov coming forward, swinging those bombs. Petrov with that cold, icy stare there as he just let Ruslan fix his glove. Solid knee to the head there and a sprawl. Petrov started each of these last few rounds with sharp, heavy, aggressive strikes. Then we go back to this distance that Gogolazi seems to favour, where he just keeps close, tries to push Petrov against the fence. Again, trying to pull that leg away. Again, we see Petrov with a really good use of the wrist control, using his left hand to control the right wrist of Gogolazi. When Gogolazi can't use the arm, it makes it very difficult for him to finish any of the takedowns. He's managed to get his arm clear as Petrov attacks the guillotine. But Petrov let go of the wrist control to attack an arm in guillotine here. To do that, he needs to get, oh, it's not actually an arm in guillotine. The arm's not in, he's working for the underhook, and then he was looking for the guillotine with the right arm. Petrov again gets the head out. His head's back underneath the chest of Petrov. Petrov looking for that knee up to the head up the middle. Ruslan dropping to his knees. Just can't quite finish this takedown here against Ion Petrov. Petrov reverses position, but straight away the stronger, more technical of the 2 wrestlers puts him back against the fence. Gogolazi with a left hook and then drops straight into the legs. Petrov takes the opportunity to try to duck under to the back. Ruslan's back's on the fence. This hasn't stayed like this for very long. Very good at reversing this position. Let's see if Petrov can control him this time. Tries to drive in. Lovely work there. Gogolazi was like a matador to a bull. Moves out the way of the forwards pressure. and then switched the attack to the legs again of Petrov. Those hands are linked just underneath. Again, Petrov does a good job there, defending the position and going back to this same position we've seen so many times, where he controls that wrist. Ruslan Bolkvadze of Batumi in Georgia pulls the legs away, gets the takedown. He's tried to get his hips down to the floor so much in this fight. What can he do now they're there? Gets round to the back. Petrov getting back to his knees, back to his feet. And he's back up again. All that work. Bolkvadze gets him where he wants and he can't do anything with it. This must be so frustrating. Punches from Petrov. Knees to the legs still from Bolkvadze. Trying to use his head for directional support as he lifts up the leg. And here we are in the dying seconds of the fourth round. We're going to go into the fifth and final round. And Ruslan Bolkvadze looks absolutely exhausted here. Drops down to one knee. Iron Petrov has got just kind of an icy look, a real poker face as he goes back to the corner. Here we see the replay, some of these shots, big, swinging, powerful shots, not really landing clean as they clip around the gloves there of Bolkvadze. So here we go with the fifth and final round. These are the championship rounds. This is a real test of a fighter's will, a fighter's fitness. And straight away after the touch of gloves, Bolkvadze backs up Ion Petrov. Nice jab from Petrov. Bolkvadze tries to power a right hand over the top, but it was really bowled over. Bolkvadze swinging the left, then the body kick. I just feel both these fighters have loaded the shots up a little too much, and it's made them miss. I'd like to see them just trying to use that jab as a rangefinder and then follow with these power shots. Both swinging, both missing. That didn't. Right hand on the chin there from Ion Petrov. And another is looking for a finish. Change of levels. Left hook, right hand as they stand back up. Good takedown defense there from Petrov. Petrov's backing up Bolkvadze here, looking for a finish. There's a change of levels and we're back into this clinch position. Again, Ion Petrov is out. And again, Bolkvadze drops for the legs. He's happy to drop for the legs, maybe not even to try to complete the takedown, but to get back into this clinch position where he feels he can control Petrov against the fence. Again, Petrov's out. This is the best work from him so far in this fight, this fifth final round. Petrov powering in, but he held onto the fence to do it. Referee gives him a warning. 3 minutes left out of 25 minutes of this fight. Ruslan trying to pull those legs away from the fence. And again, you see Petrov pushing the hips in. Petrov now looks exhausted, breathing heavy as he looks over to his corner. Gogolazi again, just control against the fence. Switching his attacks, he's back on that single leg. Into a high crotch. Has he got the energy to lift him up? Just holds position. Last 2 minutes now of this fight. Can Petrov land one of these big bombs in open play? Gogolazi ducks under, gets into the leg. Petrov again so good at defending, dropping his chest onto the back of the head. Crowd cheering Ruslan, Ruslan, as he tries to get his head clear. Tries to finish a takedown, he does, but again, holding onto the fence, his eye on Petrov. I'm surprised the referee hasn't given him an official warning. Ruslan round the back. Petrov back up to his feet. Into the last minute of this fight now. This has been a long, grueling fight, a real test of the fitness of both these fighters. Now it's Ruslan Boltfadze using the wrist control. He doesn't want Petrov to control that wrist, so he's using his own hand to control the left. Gives up on the wrist, trying to get a takedown. 20 seconds left. Petrov still loading bombs. Petrov lands an uppercut. Not much in it now, a knee. Ruslan still driving forward, still controlling against the fence. And that is 5 rounds of action. I think that's a win for the hometown fighter in a very tough, grueling contest. 5 hard-fought 5-minute rounds of action. As we wait for the referee and the judges to collate those scores, a huge thank to Georgi Kubalashvili, president of the Georgian MMA Federation, Lasha Baramidze of the Batumi Fight Club, everyone here at the Eclipse Casino. GFC 23 has been exciting. We've had fast finishes and 5-round grueling contests. Here, Ruslan Boltfadze has wrestled his way to a lightweight title championship, I believe. Let's see if the judges have agreed with my score. We'll hand over to my commentary partner, Ian the Machine Freeman, for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a unanimous decision in favor of your winner, and GFC lightweight champion, Ruslan Volpata.
Your champion, the GFC lightweight champion, is Ruslan Volpata of the Batumi Fight Academy in Batumi, Georgia. And that's been the icing on the cake of a fantastic event here in Batumi, Georgia. A huge thank you to everyone who has watched. We've had a great time. I hope you have too. 11 professional bouts, and I think we are going to hear of our new champion.
მოგესალმებით ძვირფასო მეგობრებო. ყველას ძალიან დიდი მადლობა მინდა გადაგიხადოთ აქ მოსვლისთვის, გველში დგომისთვის, გულშემატკივრობისთვის. პირველ რიგში მინდა მადლობა გადაუხადო ორგანიზაციის პრეზიდენტს ბატონ გიორგი კაბულაშვილს, რომ გვაძლევს საშუალებას ჩვენივე ქვეყანაში, ჩვენს ქალაქში წარმოვაჩინოთ ჩვენი თავი და ჩვენ ქვეყნიდან ვაჩვენოთ სოფლიოს თუ როგორი მაგარი საამაყო სპორტსმენი ყავს საქართველოს. მე მინდა მადლობა გადაუხადო ჩემს გულს, საბრძოლო აკადემიას, დამაარსებელს ბატონ ლაშა ბარამიძეს, ჩემს საუკეთესო ტრენერს ხვიჩა ქორიძეს, ყველას, ჩემს ოჯახს ძალიან დიდი მადლობა გარიგემის. შემდეგ მინდა მადლობა გადაუხადო ჩემს მოწინააღმდეგეს, იონ პეტროს, რომელმაც ионის გარეშე მე დღეს ჩემპიონი ვერ გავხდებოდი. Ион, я хочу сказать тебе спасибо огромное за хороший бой. Мы сотрясаем, ты настоящий воин. Молодец тебе. საქართველოს გაუმარ! გაუმარ! კიდევ ერთხელ დიდ ასპარეზზე ჩვენ შევხვდებით. მადლობა ყველას მობრძანებისთვის.